Hello, hello. Welcome on in, everyone. How we doing? Hi. Welcome. Hold on. I feel like my camera needs to be a little further down here. There we go. That's better. Hi, guys. Welcome on in. How is everybody? Chicken, babe, I don't know if you can hear me, but thank you for lurking. I hope you enjoy walking the doggos. And Nady, hi. Hi, Nady cutie. Welcome on in. Thank you for being here. And of course, hello, Bree. I love you. I am so excited to talk with you today. This is going to be fun. This is going to be really, really fun. I have definitely been looking forward to this for a long time. I even came prepared. Currently have no audio, but I'm watching. Okay. Thanks, Nady. There we go. Okay. Just wanted to get that out of the way. Anyways, welcome. Can hear, yes. I love you. Anyway. But yes, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. I mean, basically ever since I DM'd Bree and I was like, hey, you wanna come on my channel and be interviewed? So I'm very excited for today. But anyways, I thought I would, first of all, ask how you guys are doing. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. We're halfway through the week, guys. I had a pretty decent day today. I'm trying to think if I have any. I do have one. I think I have one Uber story at least for today. Yeah, because the rest of them, a lot of my. Because I always say, like, I have at least one Uber story because of, you know, all the characters that I meet driving and everything. I did have to drive somebody, like, a little over half an hour. And we definitely talked about a lot of things in that time. Between, like, her granddaughter, astrological signs. Oh, she also gave me, so PSA to everyone who is still single and are looking for guys out there. Don't go for the older men because they're too cranky. That is what I learned today. Don't go for the older men because they're too cranky. They're too crabby. That was actually the word that she used. She used the word crabby, not cranky. Well, she did say cranky eventually, but that was her initial, like, don't go for the older guys. They're too crabby. Because apparently she is dating a younger man. Although she told me that even with dating this younger man, he still feels like an old man because he's an old soul. So that was a wild half-hour drive, but hey, I got paid for it, so there you go. Any Hoosers. But yeah, thank you all, like I said, for being here today. We are going to be, obviously, power washing and interviewing Bree. And I can agree, I went younger much better. I mean, I did too. I mean, not man, obviously, but I went younger too. So it worked out for me. But I mean, I don't know what this woman's take on older women is, because she was only specific with the older men. So who knows if in her mind the older women are cranky too? Who knows? But anyway. Oh, Bree, I will say, I did come prepared today. You can't tell right now because my camera isn't showing it, but wait, look. Look. Look what I'm wearing. I came prepared today. For those who don't know, at one point in time, there was Bree merch, and I bought it, and I have it, and I still wear it all the time. As you can see, the design is faded because I've worn it a lot. I came prepared. The audacity. Anyway, I just wanted to quickly throw that out there, that I am in fact wearing my Bree shirt. So we are fully prepared for this interview today. Anyways, so I will say, since we're in the before stage, because, I mean, obviously I have to go over house rules, whatever. I do have to kind of explain what we're going to be doing here for those who may not have seen one of my Powerwash interviews before. Audacity, T's alter ego. I mean, when she made these shirts, I am pretty sure I told her, or, you know, mentioned that it should be like the Audacity, like that's how it should have been described on her website when she sold them. But Brie, you can confirm this or not, but I thought it would have been funny. But anyway, so yes, for those who have not been to one of my Powerwash interviews before, basically I bring on somebody to interview them while we Powerwash, and that means that I'm going to be more focused on our conversation rather than chat. I will do my best to juggle both, but I may not see everything in chat while we are talking and power washing. Now, if anything, you know, if there's anything you want me to see, then definitely at me so that I can, you know, flag it and I can read it and see it from there. But like I said, I'm going to be more focused on our conversation. So I will do my best to keep in mind of chat, but yeah. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to miss things. Long story short, I'm not going to, you know, be able to read all of chat, probably. So, PSA. Do I still have a command? Hang on. I probably do. Hang on, one sec. I do! Okay, we're just gonna fucking pin this then. There we go. Okay. I thought I had a command. I feel like it hasn't been that long since I did the one with Sky, but at the same time, because I do these monthly, I'm like, I don't remember how to do this. Also, since this is the first Powerwash interview on my new setup, yay! I'm gonna try and have Brie on camera too, as well. But I have to figure out how to do that again. So, PSA on that once we get in a call with Brie and I try and figure out how to put her on stream, that's gonna take me a second. PSA number 2. I heard there were gonna be 2 cuties on this stream, and another cutie just hopped in. Hey, Hockey! If we can get a shout out for Hockey, I'd really appreciate it. Hockey, how you doing, bud? Welcome on in. It's good to see you. Yes, we are gonna be having the other cutie on stream. Another cutie? Where? You, dude! Duh. That's who I was referring to. Thank you for the shout out for Hockey. Everybody go follow Hockey if you haven't already. Oh, by the way, Hockey, you'll probably appreciate this. I am wearing my Adorably shirt. I'm wearing it right now. The Audacity. And then there's your face. So, just showing that off again. You finish your food and ready whenever... Okay. Sounds good. Person who said nothing. You too kind. Nice. We love seeing the merch wrap. Exactly. I was saying, you know, the design is faded because I have definitely worn this shirt quite a bit at this point. I don't remember when you released this, Brie. I don't know how many years ago that was. But I've worn it a lot for a lot of years. So, anywho. Spoiler alert, Nikki is amazing. Spoiler alert, Skittles is an awesome candy and an awesome dude. Both things are accurate. Also, welcome in, Skittles. If we can get a shout out for Skittles, that would be great. Thank you. After this, I will have no hands for mod duties. Then I will shout Skittles out myself. There we go. I did it. Everybody go follow Skittles. I'll give you the candy one. Excuse me. You can also I think you can also confirm that you were an awesome dude. Just saying. I don't stream. Yes, you do. Then what's that? If you don't stream Skittles, what is that in my chat right there? What's that link right there that says you were playing The Witcher 3? Don't you be lying in my chat. How dare you? This is my dojo. This is my nest. It is my nest. You don't lie. No, I'm kidding. Anyway. Imagine streaming. Yeah, imagine. I don't do that either. We're definitely not doing that right now. This is all an illusion. I am such a weirdo. Why do you guys watch my streams? I don't remember. Also, I feel like I have a spot on my glasses that's really bothering me. Hang on one second. I'm just gonna quickly do this. By the way, since I have my glasses off, I can't read chat at this current second. But just until I put my glasses on, I can't read anything. Everything is blurry. Okay. Alright. Is that any better? Ugh. Did I get it? I think I did. There we go. I think I got it. Okay. We're good. We're good. Because you're cool as fuck. Guess I gotta go to confessions I liked. Yes, you can go and be like, I have not confessed in a very long time, but I will have to say I lied in Nikki's chat. Oh man. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the game so that we can bring Bree in here. Because I know she's ready to go. Okay. Alright, so we got the game up. Is that actually an Usher song? Yeah. Well, I was about to say, there was a Confessions album. I'm not as familiar with Usher's body of work, but there was a Confessions album. I'm sure there was a song, Confessions. So, you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, you know? Exactly, Brie. Exactly. Also, I'm gonna turn the music down just another smidgen, because I feel like I'm yelling at you guys. There we go. I think that's a little better. Okay. So, Bree, I'm gonna give you a call, and then we're gonna figure out how to get your beautiful face on camera, on stream and everything. We gotta get more Bree tips. Oh, I'm sure Bree can give you a lot of wisdom. I have no doubt. Alright, I'm calling you, Bree. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Okay.
Hi.
Can people hear Bree? Let me know. Please tell me if you can hear Bree. Bree, talk.
Oh, hey. Hello, hello. It me. We.
It do be you. It do be us.
Me.
You hear?
My name.
Perfect. Okay. Alright. So, I'm going to have to... Also, I'm not gonna lie. You're a little loud, Bree, on my end, so I'm just gonna turn you down. Just a smidge.
Turn me down a lot.
No, not a lot. How dare you? I swear to God.
Turn me down a lot.
I swear to God, woman. Okay. Alright. So, I'm gonna have to figure out how to put you on stream. Because I don't remember. Because it's been a long ass time. Okay.
Yeah. Just let me know. I can help you.
Yeah, okay. So, if I come here... Okay. I can totally figure this out.
You got this.
I totally do remember how to do this.
I've never power washed before, so this is fun.
You have not played this game before?
I have not power washed.
Oh my gosh.
It's my first time.
Guys, we got another power washing virgin up here. Alright. Okay. Fuck. Wait a minute. I got this. I can do it. I can figure it out.
I believe in you.
Ah! Okay.
Go, wifey, go.
Oh, wait. If I do this. Wait. Hang on. This might work. We're gonna figure this out. Okay. If I do a... Let's see. Is it a... Maybe? Okay. Uh-oh. Well.
You got this.
Do I? Alright.
Yep.
If you say so, ma'am. Okay. I can figure this out. Wait. Oh, that's what I have to do. Hang on. Okay. So... Oh, that's right. Because I only have... Okay. So this is gonna be really weird. What we're gonna do... Where can I... Okay. I got this. Hold on.
Got
this. Bree, how was your day? Explain how your day was to the people while I figure my shit out.
My day was pretty good, just busy. Had a pretty busy day at work, so I don't think I stopped for like 2 seconds, except just to have lunch on my lunch break. But other than that, I was like working my little tail off all day.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so busy day at work. I work at a college, for those of you that don't know, in their student services department. So pretty busy. And then I came back. I got Jersey Mike's. It was really yummy.
Hell yeah.
They got my bread wrong, though. I wanted just regular bread, and then when I opened the sandwich, it was like a cheesy bread, which actually, after the fact, I wasn't that mad about. It did taste pretty good, but I did just want regular.
You know, that's... I mean, at least it wasn't like... I don't know. I don't even know if they have this, but at least it wasn't like rye bread or like pumpernickel or something. So
I'm
it wasn't
actually a fan.
Are you?
So I wouldn't be mad about that either. Yeah.
I am not, but that is
fair,
fair. that works. But
I was gonna
yeah,
check
I like
my order to see if maybe I just put it on there wrong. Let's see. Can I go to past? Is there a past order spot? Oh yeah, here it is.
There should be. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Did I get it correct?
Hold on a second. Is that too small? Am I?
Yeah, white bread, regular. That was not white bread.
Damn.
It was fine. It was good. And so I quickly showered when I got home and stuffed my face. And here I am, ready to power wash and interview with Miss Nicole.
Wow, Nicole. Giving me the fucking full name. Okay, I see you. I see you. Can't be giving out my government name like that.
My bad.
I'm just kidding. I was gonna say, are those bad breads? Because I've liked them. What, the cheesy bread? I like the cheesy bread at I used to get it at Subway, but I don't really get Subway anymore. So.
Ooh, I used to get Subway a lot too in college because it was like right next door. So I was at Subway way too often. Either that or McDonald's because they were like the closest to my school.
Right. No, I mean we definitely had a Subway at the like bottom of our food court.
Nice.
Which is so funny to me. But yeah. So, all right. I think I did it.
You did it. See, I knew you could.
Yeah. What's interesting though is I have to I can't have your camera minimized on my screen. So you're also going to be in the corner for me as we're doing
Correct. Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
keep Discord open, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't yeah. I thought, see, here's the thing.
You got me twice.
I thought that I thought that was an issue with my laptop, but it's just a thing.
No, it's just a Discord thing.
It's just a
I
thing.
feel like there's a way
Okay.
to turn it off so that it doesn't have the little camera in the corner, but I have not yet figured out. So when you figure it out, you let me know.
Okay, will do. I probably won't, but oops, I didn't mean to do that. No,
You're rich.
Come back.
In Powerwash Sim, I have $0, and you have like 14,000. That's crazy.
Yes. Well, and here's the thing too. I can't. There's nothing else for me to buy. So this is just.
Oh, nice.
I literally
Just
can't.
collection.
I literally can't. I literally can't buy anything else.
Nice.
So, yep.
Love
This is
that.
it. Oh, I need to pull up my questions too. Obviously. Okay. All right. I'm just like basically at this point I'm just getting my screen ready, which I probably should have done a little bit earlier, but that's okay. We're fine.
You're fine. Do your thing.
It's all good. Yeah, cuz I'm trying to make sure that I have an eye on chat too while this is going on.
Y'all hear that? You better behave.
Yes. Oh, I didn't
He's
mean
watching.
to click on that. What does it feel like somebody's watching me? I got no privacy. I'm done. Okay.
Keep going. Oh my gosh, I have a SpongeBob. That's crazy.
Yes. So there's quite a few. Yeah, because we're gonna be tackling the Tomb Raider one, obviously, because I have Bree here. We of course have to tackle the Tomb Raider DLC. So
I'm so ready.
we're gonna be cleaning the manor. We're gonna be cleaning this house.
I love cleaning. Great.
Do you actually? Do you like to clean?
Oh, actually, no. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I think I like things being clean more than the act of like cleaning itself. But
Yes.
I'm obsessed with things being clean. So I
Yes.
like to clean often to keep.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, me too. I mean, I love having a clean house, but because my house is so big and I'm usually the only one cleaning it, it makes it harder.
Yeah, that
So-
makes it tough.
Yeah. So I mainly focus on like the living spaces where we like actually go, because there are like multiple rooms in the house that we just like don't go in anymore at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, my main focus is usually like the living room, kitchen, our rooms. Like
That's fine.
it's
like,
about
I live
it.
in there, so
Yeah, that's about all I tackle. And the
do I push
and
start?
the bathrooms, of course.
Oh,
So,
the bathroom,
So-
of course.
yes. So I am going to start it on my end, and then I'm going
Okay.
to invite you in.
Oh, okay,
So
great.
I have to. So once the job starts on my end, then I can turn on co-op mode and invite you in. So that's how that works.
Sounds good.
Yep. Hi, Gohan. Welcome in. Instead of Nikki, it's now Nicole. Yes. Skittles, if you want to call me that, that's totally fine. I mean, technically, that is my legal name. So. Okay. So now, I should be able to turn my co-op on and then invite Miss Bree in here. There we go.
I'm here.
Okay. Sent an
Nikki's
invite.
invited you to play Powerwash Simulator.
Sure did.
I'm ready.
All right.
I
All right.
think it's loading. I think.
All right. And I think I'm gonna.
Yeah,
Oh,
loading dirt.
I heard a ding, so you're in here. That's what that
I'm
means.
here. Wow. I need to turn down my sensitivity. Holy.
Holy crap.
Oh,
Okay.
holy crap.
All right. Okay.
General.
I forget I have a bigger screen now, so I can, like, space things out a little bit more than I did originally. Oh my god, look at that. Anywho, okay.
Great.
Hi, Bree!
Oh my gosh, look at the manor! This is so fun.
Hello!
I love this. Hi! You look so cute.
Thank you.
Outfit.
Yes.
Do I have a color on?
You have the normal standard blue power wash suit and
Nice.
Normal standard power washer. I am a little more, and by a little more I mean a lot more advanced, so I have better tools and the modifications to the power washer itself and my outfit, so
I'm a standard kind of gal. It's fine.
yeah. So yeah, well, you can basically start anywhere you want to.
You just go in just like that?
Yeah, you just pick a spot and start power washing.
Wait a minute.
There you go. Now, I will say, buttons, as far as buttons go, the mouse wheel changes your nozzle. So if you want, like, a wider spray or a smaller spray, that's the mouse wheel. And then, of course...
Okay, that's nice.
And then right-click is to, like, continuously spray. There is a left-click spray, but you have to hold it. So I just usually do the right-click continuous spray. Yeah. And then if you hit escape, that brings up your tablet, and it lists everything that needs to be cleaned. And it will tell you how clean it is. So when we get down to the very end of this...
what the...
When we get down... So when we get down to the very end, when everything's at like 99%, we can click on things in the list, and it will highlight it for us, so that we can get the little tiny spots of dirt that are still there, because that's going to happen.
No. I wasn't ready for that, to be honest.
So, yeah, and then if you hit tab, that will show you, it will highlight the dirt as well, if you hit tab.
Oh, that's nice.
So, yeah.
What the heck? I feel like I did all the sides, and now they're dirty again. Like, what do you mean?
You did a lot. You did a good amount of them already. Like, that pillar is practically clean. I can see it.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. So, we shall begin where all good interviews begin, with the introduction. First of all, what is your name? And if you are comfy, where are you from?
Hi. My name is Bree. I got nervous. My full name is Brianna, but everybody calls me Bree, and I will say that in my everyday life, I am just Brianna. I really didn't start getting called Bree until, like, Twitch, and it just kind of stuck, and I'm like, yeah, I do kind of like that nickname. But
wait, nobody calls you Bree in real life?
No, most people just call me Brianna. I have a couple of, like, Austin and Justin will sometimes, and I have a couple of cousins that will call me Bree, but other than that, I get full names.
I did not know that. That's wild.
Yeah.
Look at me learning new information about you.
And I am from Southern California.
Nice.
What do you mean I can't put the thing there? What?
Wait, what?
Oh, there we go. I was trying to, like, the stool so that I could see above, because in game I'm also short. Planter cleaned! I did it!
You did it! You got the ding!
Wow. Look at it.
You got the ding.
It looks great.
Yes.
I did.
Look at that. Yeah.
I love this. Okay.
This is why this is why I love this game, because of, you know, you clean things and then you get the satisfying ding at the end.
This is very satisfying. I need to not, like, play this alone, because I literally will sit here for hours and just power wash.
Yeah, that's the problem with the fact that I made this content, that I haven't been able, like, I've replayed things in this game because I don't want, I was saving, first of all, I was saving this one specifically for you, because I didn't want to touch this one, because I knew I wanted to interview you at some point, and I knew we had to do the Tomb Raider one because of your love of Lara Croft.
I do love Tomb Raider. This is great.
But yeah, the fact that I made this, like, for my channel, I'm like, oh man, I was like, oh man, I can't play it, like, on my own anymore. Uh-oh.
Right.
So then I just started, like, replaying jobs again.
This is fun with friends too, like,
yes,
power washing.
Yeah, me and Chicken actually do this a lot on our date nights too. We yeah, because because going into this, when I first started the series, I didn't want anyone to have to pay for any DLCs, so I just do those with
Right.
Chicken.
I like that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, anywho. So, how did you find out about, I say Discord / Twitch, but you can do either one or both.
Yeah, Discord kind of came along with Twitch of like once I was on Twitch, then everybody was like, well, you gotta have Discord. So
Yeah.
that just made sense. I actually found Twitch through a YouTuber I used to watch. His name is Brian Redman. Some of you might know him. He was, he doesn't really stream so much anymore, but back then, this would have been 2018, 2017. I watched him all the time on YouTube. And one time I was watching his videos and he was like, hey, like I stream on Twitch. You guys should like join me on my Twitch streams. And I was like, Twitch? Like I'd never heard of that ever.
Mm-hmm.
My brothers were big on Twitch. They've been gamers forever. So they knew about Twitch when it was like Justin TV or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. I've
so
heard remnants of Justin TV.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah. So I found it through him, and so I downloaded it, like made an account, and then would like hang out in his streams all the time. And then I started like meeting people from like his like hockey was somebody that I met through them.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, Tim, Blue, like it just kind of crawled from there.
Yeah.
Blue and Tim, hockey, like Kevin, May. I met all of them first. I've known them the longest on Twitch.
Yeah. I don't think I knew
then
that.
It kind of just grew. Yeah. It kind of just grew from there, and community. You know how it is on Twitch. It's kind of like Twitch is a big world, but also a small world in terms of like once you meet one person, you kind of meet everyone. Where like you get like brought into raids, and
it is a slippery slope.
It is
in a good way. In a good way, it's a slippery way.
Yes, yeah,
in the best way. It's
like,
a slippery slope.
So many good people, you know, but it is a slippery slope where if I step on something that I like have washed, will it re-dirty it?
No.
Oh, thank God.
I've actually never thought about that, and nobody that I've had to explain this game to has ever asked me that. That's so funny.
That's such a Brie question, dude. Oh my God.
That's I never would have thought of that at all playing this game. That's so funny. Anyway,
that's such a Brie thing. And like thinking about my dirty shoes. Like I'm stepping on it with my dirty.
I'm stepping on all of the gunk and the shit that's on this stuff.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Anyways, yeah. So that's how I came to know about Twitch. That was in like 2019. And I initially was not a streamer. Like I was just a watcher of Twitch, and for a long time, people were like, "Oh, I think you'd be so good at it. Like, I think you'd really enjoy it." And I was like, "No, like, absolutely not. That's not gonna happen."
Where have I heard that before? In my own head.
Right. I'm like, there's just no way, guys. Like, I don't think so. Yada yada. So yeah, and then one day, my friend Taylor, you guys probably know her. Like, she's had a few different names on Twitch. Taylor Rose. I think her name is Blue Roses now on Twitch. She doesn't stream so much anymore, but she was also one of my first friends that I met on Twitch, and she came over and visited me because at the time we lived pretty close to each other. She has since moved, but at the time we lived really close to each other. And so one day I was like, hey, you know what? Why don't we give it a try? Like, you come over to my house. You're going to spend the night, and like we'll stream together, like on my channel. And so that was like the first stream that I ever did. And at the time I knew like Dorkowicz and like Street. I knew him then, and I rated Dork was like the first person I ever rated when I was streaming. It was then, but obviously then I did not anticipate it like becoming what it has become for me, or like what it did become for me after that. So
and the rest is history.
It's history. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. I guess I didn't realize that, like, or maybe I did, but yeah, I did. I guess I didn't realize that Hockey and Chim and Blue and Kevin and May, all you guys like met each other first and then branched out after that. I wasn't aware of how that went down, so that's cool.
Yeah, they kind of introduced me to a lot of people that they had already known from Twitch, so it was them that kind of broadened my Twitch horizon, so to speak.
I see. Speaking of Chim, hi Chim, welcome in.
Oh, hey Chim. Speaking of,
we were talking about you.
I was just talking about you.
We summoned the Chim. All right, so that brings me to how you came up with your username.
Yeah. I cannot. This is I love telling this story, and I cannot take credit for my name. When I first started, I had my full ass legal name. As many of you know, I still get made fun of for it, like to this day.
I do too, for having my last name in mine before I changed it.
Right,
so
but
fine.
like, it's not uncommon. Like, I feel like a lot of big streamers have their like full legal, as their Twitch name. So, and again, like when I first made my Twitch account, I never thought I would be like a streamer, like where it would matter that I have my like full legal name. I just was on there watching in my free time. I was in college at the time, just like dilly-dallying in my free time on Twitch. Like, I never thought I would be a streamer. So had my full legal name, and then when I started streaming more often, like made it a thing that kind of whole happened, I was like, okay, I definitely need a different name. It's probably gotten to a point where I should not have my full legal as my username. And that was probably like 2020 or 2021 or something like that. Like, it was a couple years after I had become a streamer. It was when I was streaming more consistently, which happened kind of fast for me. I will say I was very blessed for my like Twitch experience. Everybody was so sweet, and still is to this day. Like, they're so sweet, so supportive. Like, I got affiliated very quickly, and just like everything kind of grew from there. But I will say I kind of had the COVID boost, so to speak, where I was like became a streamer more often in COVID times, which is kind of when it happened for a lot of people. So like everybody was at home, and I didn't have anything else to do except stream and play games with people. So, it kind of picked up from there, but I was like, I need to change my name. And I went through so many different names. Like, I literally could not settle on one. Nothing sounded right.
Do you remember any of the other ones?
I don't at this point. I think Brianna Bear was going to be one, like something stuffy related, where I was like, oh, teddy bear. Like,
that makes sense.
I came up with so much. And so then at the time, because again, I've known Blue like one of the longest on Twitch, and he had always called me Adorabri. He was the one that gave me that nickname to begin with. He always said, adorablest Adorabri, like, you're so adorable. And so he would call me that name all the time. The real ones, remember, I was Brianna Bear on Fortnite, is why Hockey brings that up. I played Fortnite and initially made an account that was, I think it still might be, actually. I think that, you know how you can have like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, on Fortnite, you can have like a name and then like a name that actually displays like when you're playing.
Yes, your display name,
yeah, my display name is Adorabri, but I do not think the regular name is. I think it still might be Brianna Bear.
I'm about to go pull up my Fortnite after this and look and be like.
You should, and look at it. Sometimes it's like clutch, like my brother's usernames, legit cool kid. If you guys have seen those names, because they let me like borrow. At first, I was like, again, not a gamer, so they let me borrow like all of their stuff to like be able to game when I first started gaming. I streamed off of like a shitty little laptop for a really long time. It couldn't run anything. I played like emulators, but for the most part, I just do what I do best, and that's never fucking shut up. That is Yap. And so I mostly just did yapping streams, but I'm getting off track. Anyways, Blue was the one that, please stop me. I'm gonna like go in a million. My stories have stories, so like please
this is absolutely fantastic, and I'm just racking up because I was gonna comment on some stuff, but I'm just gonna let you keep going.
I will not stop if you let me keep going. So, like, please, at some point.
I was just gonna say we have a lot of similarities in our stories as far as like going as far as having our legal last names on our username, and not even thinking that we were ever going to stream ever, and then and then of course with knowing everybody and expanding and branching out. Obviously that happened with me too. And during COVID, that's the reason I got back into video games in the first place. So Yeah. So it's just
Exactly.
it's funny how a lot of parallels,
I love
are
that. Yeah,
happening
very
here.
similar for
Yeah.
us. Yeah, so Blue was the one that coined Adorabri. Like he called me Adorabilist Adorabri all the time, and so I was like going back and forth trying so hard to like find a name that like fit right. And then one night I was like talking to Blue and he had said Adorabri and I was like, "Wait a minute. This is perfect. Like Blue, can I please
I've had
call
it all
myself
along.
Adorabri? Like please, yeah, can I use this?" And he was like, yeah, of course you can." So it was Blue Strike 905, as we know him. He came up with my username, and
Give it
I've
up
had
for
it that way ever
Blue.
since.
Give it up
Give it
for
up for
Blue.
Blue.
Yep, for Blue giving Bree her name. Because it fits you really well.
Thank you. It goes together so well, which I never thought of initially when he like called me that all the time. I just didn't think about it too deep, It's just something he called me, and I didn't really think about it like that much. But I'm like, yeah, that actually does fit really well.
Of course.
I forgot that I could right click. Oh my god, I've been left clicking this whole time.
I even told you.
You did, and I forgot. I'm like, my hand hurts from like holding this down, and then.
Here's the thing, Brie. When I first started playing this game, I didn't know about right click either. I was left clicking for a really long time before I realized I could right click and just continuously spread.
I love this.
So it's okay. That's why I wanted to tell you beforehand.
Thank you for telling me, but I forgot.
It's okay.
I have the brain of a goldfish.
It's okay, I do too, sweetie. You're totally fine. You see what happened? Yeah, what happened was, but that's really cool that you're this is an interview. You're supposed to yap. I'm literally asking you questions and you answer, and that's what you're doing. So you're fine. I love that. I truly didn't know Blue called you that before.
Yeah.
Your username. Like, I didn't know that.
He did.
So that's really cool that he was even...
Yeah.
He knew before you did.
He did. He knew before I did, and it was a perfect transition. And a lot of people knew me as that because they obviously, again, they knew me through Blue, Kevin, May, so they knew who I was, and, he would always, on his streams and stuff, back when Blue would stream, he would always call me that, and I streamed a lot with him. So people kind of knew me, as Adorabri. So it kind of just fit. That transition happened seamlessly where, how sometimes you'll change a username and it's completely different and you're like, who are you? I don't remember who this is. Their username is so different. It wasn't like that for me because everybody really did know me as Adorabri from Blue. So
yeah, it is really tough. It is really tough when somebody changes their name and it's just completely different from what they were originally. That is a difficult transition. So yeah, it's good that you already had that built in when needing to change your username. I mean, that's why I kept I wanted to keep Songbird, but that's definitely why I kept Songbird, because I knew that would be what would have recognition for people. But I mean, again, I did still want to keep it, and I just added the silly because I am in fact a silly person. So
me too. I'm a silly goose. So
it just kind of made sense. Plus, it was already my PlayStation name, and I wanted to keep everything
cohesive. Yeah,
cohesive. But somebody already has silly Songbird here, so I had to go the reverse and put Songbird.
Okay. That was the issue too. Is I did have a couple names I can't remember at this point, but they were taken already on a lot of, and I was trying to be cohesive across all of my platforms in some way.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
I was like, oh, yeah.
That's why I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to. Guess I'm gonna have to change everything to Songbird Silly now, and I did, except for PlayStation, because that takes money to change your name there, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
but that's really cool. So I think you kind of answered this already, but when did you start streaming?
I started streaming in 2019. It was in November was the first time I ever streamed, and I didn't stop, to be honest. Once I started, I enjoyed it so much that I just kind of kept going. And like I said, I got affiliated pretty quickly within a few streams. Yeah. I was very blessed that way to be able to reach that. And I remember my first couple of streams. I did a lot of baking streams with Adora Mom. And Yeah, so 2019. So like it's coming up on what, my 6-year anniversary?
6 years. Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy business that it's been that long.
That is wild. Look at you. You're a professional streamer of 6 years.
I don't know about that, but definitely seasoned, some might say.
Seasoned, yes. We like seasoned. We love a good seasoning.
We love seasoning, so can't be mad about it.
But yeah, no,
the hardest thing about this power wash is that I'm getting distracted and like I want to just do everything at once. Like I can't stay in one area. I like start in one spot. You can see all the spots that I like started
I can definitely,
and did not keep going.
Yeah, I can see. I'm all the way back. I'm all the way back here at the fountain. So and yeah, I can see how you.
I just like am getting like I can't. My brain, very distracted.
That's so funny. No, honestly,
like, ooh, dirt, dirt, and then I'm just like over on the other side.
No, honestly, that's how I was playing this game too. I mean, well, and because of the fact that this is obviously like a pretty cohesive space too, like it's all pretty much one thing. Except that's kind of why I went over here because like I'm gonna do this first and then I'm gonna go to the house.
Okay, sounds good. So I could have helped you with the fountains, I suppose.
Oh, it's all right. It's all good. You got your rhythm going. I would not want to stop your momentum at all. Hi, Liam. Welcome in. How you doing?
Hi, Liam.
Sorry, guys. I swear I'm trying to do my best to read chat too, but like I said earlier, I am gonna try my best to keep with chat, but I also want to make sure that I focus on my conversation with Bree here. So I appreciate everyone's patience. Hi, Sam.
Yeah, get fucked, chat.
Welcome in. Wow. You heard her, guys. I'm so sorry. Get fucked. Oh my gosh. It will be funny like going through the VOD later and like watching because I do that sometimes with these. Like if I miss a lot of chat, I will go through the VOD and read the
whatever
read the read the comments, yeah. So all right. So I think almost everyone knows this, but how many siblings do you have?
I have 2. I am a triplet. I feel like most people know that, but if you don't, I'm a triplet. I have 2 brothers. And as to be expected, my parents said 3 and done, like 3 at the same time. That's all we need.
As they should.
As they should. Honestly. That's a lot of kids at once. So, I can't say that I blame them.
I don't blame them either. I would be so shocked if I had triplets. I'd be like, oh no, there's 3 of them. That's okay. We're done. That's it. I can't. Nope,
right.
Not anymore. None. Can I ask who was first?
Me.
Were you first?
Oldest sibling energy, of course. I was first, and then my brother Justin, and then my brother Austin. He's the baby.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't know if you were actually first or not, but I had a feeling you probably were, but I was curious. I was curious.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, speaking of you being a triplet, did you find it difficult to have alone time with yourself or with your parents growing up?
Yes and no. Because I'm the only girl, I would say that kind of gave my mom and I a very special bond. Not to say that she doesn't have that bond with my brothers, because she does. Like, obviously, she doesn't play favorites. But I would say that my mom and I are very, very close because of that. And I always felt like I was her little princess, and you
and your mom are
kind
adorable. It's really true. You're very sweet.
I do have the best mom ever. I would say definitely growing up, it was hard sometimes having your brothers like right on top of you all the time. Like we did everything at the same time, every milestone, every birthday, every, at graduation, like everything was together. And that is a blessing. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm very happy to have had like 2 people. When you have somebody that can relate to you in that way and go through the same experience as you at the same time, it's so nice to be able to like go through shared experiences with the people that are closest to you. But it's also a curse to go through the same things at the same time, because it does, even if you don't intentionally mean it to, it does give an air of competition where sometimes we did feel like we competed with each other, like having the best grades and, that kind of thing. I would say my parents were the absolute best, and they never made us feel like we had to like fight for their attention. They always made it a point to like do special things with each of us that made us feel like we were our own people, because sometimes like people tend to, when you have you're a triplet, you're a twin, things like that, when you're multiples, people tend to lump you together. And so it's always like the kids, the triplets, that kind of thing, the multiples, like you're always just grouped in together naturally when you're a multiple. So I liked when people kind of, made me feel like I had my own things and that I wasn't just, Austin and Justin's sister kind of thing at school. So definitely not with my parents. I do think that I felt a lot of the time like they were like right on top of me too, where it was like I couldn't get away with nothing. Like if I'm doing something at school, like my parents are gonna find out about it because my brothers are gonna like go and yap about it to them.
They're gonna blab to them and get you.
They're
in
gonna
trouble,
blab and
blah blah blah.
Yeah, get me in trouble. Exactly. I mean, not that I was up to anything crazy. I was very nerdy and I kept to myself for the most part. I was not a troublemaker whatsoever. But yeah, I do think in some senses, yes. I think that we did it was hard not to compete with each other sometimes in a sense, but at the same time, like I said, my parents were very, very good about like making us feel like we were our own people and that we had our own things, our own time to be able to spend with them. And
well, that's absolutely wonderful to hear that your parents did, separate the three of you and gave each of you your moments and your time to be individuals.
I think it's important when you have multiples. I really do, because like I said, people tend to lump you together all the time, and so it's really nice to feel like you have your own identity and you're not just one of many. Even though you are, it's like I don't always want to feel like I'm one of many. I want to be me for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And that's another reason why I enjoy streaming so much. I love that my brothers loved it too. And I have done streams with my brothers and things, but this was like for me. Like I had my own space where people just knew me and I could be myself. And like, I didn't feel like I was in their shadow, so to speak.
Yeah.
I felt like I was my own person and I had my own like little corner of a thing that was like just mine.
Yeah.
And I really liked that about it.
Yeah, like Clutch who? We love Adorable. No, I'm kidding.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying.
I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize. You deserve it.
Well, I am kind of curious, since you said that even though it wasn't necessarily something coming from your parents, you three naturally did feel that that competition with each other.
Yeah.
Do you think that's why you are so competitive with video games? Is through that? And it translates that way?
Sense, yeah. I think I'm kind of a naturally very competitive person, and not in a mean way, but just in a way where like if I'm gonna set my mind to something, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna try to be the best that I can be at it. And I think that's what makes me so competitive sometimes, especially in games like that. I also think that when it comes to gaming, again, like going back to like kind of feeling like in their shadow a little bit, was that they had been gaming for a really long time. My brothers, my brothers,
right.
And so when I started gaming, I felt like worlds behind them, because I was, they had been gaming forever, and I like just had started to like get into gaming, and so I again felt like I want to be as good as them. Like I want to game like they game, and I think that also stems a little bit from childhood, where a lot of, they had a whole phase where it was like girls are gross and we don't want our sister around kind of thing, which, like all boys kind of go through.
Yeah.
Not wanting your sister around kind of thing. So I kind of felt a little bit as a child slighted by them, of just like they love to like play games together and like throw a baseball around and just, like play video games together, and they had their things, and I always felt like I was kind of the odd one out, where it was like they had just like this good, and I'm I love that they have a bond together. That's great. And it's gotten better as we've gotten older. I say we relate a lot more on a lot of different things now. But as a kid, I was like, I want them to play Barbies with me, and I want them to like want to color and like play chalk and like all the things that I was into that they were very much not into, and they just like they had their own things. So in that sense, I did feel, but for that, my mom definitely made up for it. Like she always wanted to play. She's like, I'll color with you. I'll play Barbies with you. Like she would sit with me, and then of course it would make me so mad because she would sit and do that with me. And then my brothers wanted to join because they saw that my mom was playing. And I was like, absolutely not. You guys do not get to play now. You didn't want to play with me before.
No, you boys go over and do your sports and play your video games and
Don't throw
No,
your
this is
baseball.
my thing. Throw your baseball. Yeah. Well, I didn't want
my thing.
I didn't want to assume what sports your brothers played, but anyway. It's like, oh, now that mom's involved, now you want to come over here. Okay.
Exactly. I'm like, absolutely not.
No, you had your chance, boys. I invited you already. Get out of here.
Exactly. Like, you don't get to join now. Sorry. Yeah,
Sorry
we were super
about
competitive as kids.
Yeah.
We had a hard time getting along for a long time. But definitely got better as we got older. Like, we're besties now. I mean, we still, don't get me wrong, we still argue and fight like all siblings do, but
well, yeah, all siblings should. Yeah. No,
we have a lot more in common, I think, now.
Yeah. I mean, my brother and me are 7 years apart, so it was very difficult for us to have any sort of like commonality, and so it was mainly just like, you know, a love of just being siblings, and then him looking out for me when I was younger, and then of course, you know, we had our things of, you know, we live in a house where there's like a third floor like attic area, kind of like a you know, bonus room type of thing, and that was his space. Like, he took that over, and then I didn't get it until he graduated college, but he would basically do the whole, like, no little sisters allowed thing upstairs.
Yes, my brother
like,
did the same thing. They're like,
friends,
no girls.
Yeah.
No sisters.
Right. Well, there were girls allowed, just not me.
Just not you. I feel that.
Yeah. We were kind of like the house that everyone came to like hang out before they all figured out what they were gonna go out and do, kind of thing. So they would just like open our front door and run immediately upstairs, kind of thing. So so yeah, there weren't too many of my brother's friends that like actually like came and like talked with me and my mom and stuff. There were a few, but not many. But but no, I definitely get the whole, like, you know, trying to find something to do with your brothers and not feeling like left out or, you know, feeling excluded, kind of thing. Right. And just finding a common ground, you know. So.
Right.
Yeah. Very cool. I play and make video games, and her thesis was studying game addiction and its harmful effects. Wait, what did I miss? I just read that. Just, tried but never managed to. I really wanted my sister to play games with me, but ultimately she can get into it. Yeah, sometimes, I mean, obviously, you know, your siblings are gonna have different interests from you, and that's normal. But you know, you can always, I think you can always find that, maybe not always, but a lot of the times you can find that common ground with your brother or sister. So, anyway, okay, so, Bree, which book solidified your love of reading and interest in editing professionally one day? Because I know that is something that you have mentioned that you would like to do.
Yeah, so I have always said, and it makes people laugh sometimes, but I'm like, I love all the books that everybody loves to hate when they make you read them in high school. So The Great Gatsby is my favorite book of all time. I have read that 1,000,000 times over.
Okay.
And any book in that genre, that era, I love, where it's like Catcher in the Rye. And
that is a great book, Catcher in the Rye is.
Yeah.
I agree.
Night, Elie Wiesel, that's a good one. Any
love
in that era.
One too. Mm-hmm.
Right. Those are all of my favorite books. So those are kind of, and I did discover those in high school, which, you know, makes sense. That's kind of when they force you to read those books. And I took an honors English class. It was like my sophomore year of high school, and we read all of those books, and like I fell in love. I just love them so much. And so it was those books that kind of got me into like that genre, and like maybe thinking that I would love to like edit books one day. How I got into reading is a little bit more of a sadder story, I guess you would say, where almost my whole middle school life I was like alone. And I know that's kind of funny to say, because I have two brothers that also were in my same grade. But again, going back to like, they went through a whole phase of like, don't want girls around, don't want our sister around. I kind of like didn't have any friends or anything in like middle school. I didn't feel like anybody really got me. Like I didn't really belong anywhere. I had a really hard time transitioning from elementary school to middle school, where the friends that I did have in elementary school kind of found different groups that they hung out with. And, you know, that happens. Sometimes you have different interests, you grow apart. But because that happened, I didn't feel like I really belonged anywhere. And there were a couple of years in middle school where I ate lunch completely alone, like all by myself every day. Like I didn't really have, acquaintances, you know, in school when like, you know, people because they're in your class and like you'll talk to them in classes, but they're not really like your friends.
Yes.
I had a lot of those, but not a lot of like,
actual friends. Yeah. Actual friends. Yeah.
So because I didn't really have any friends to hang out with, I would, and you're not really supposed to eat in the library, but I think the librarian felt bad for me and she would let me eat my lunch in there. But I started going to the library and I would sit there in the library and eat my lunch and read books. And that's kind of where my like love of reading started, was like, you know, I might not have friends and like people that I'm hanging out with, but like I can read and it takes me away. Like you have this whole little world in front of you that you can like escape into during lunchtime, and that's kind of where like reading started for me there. And then like Great Gatsby, things like that, was like, oh, I'd love to edit and I would love to read for a living. Like that would be incredible.
I just want to give middle school Brie a hug.
I do too. Yeah. Middle school Brie was very, very lonely. I just kind of was like, I don't know. I felt like the loner kid, you know. I just didn't really like get along. Not that I didn't get. I mean, I was like how I am now. Like I would say I'm nice to everybody, but just like I was very shy and I had a hard time like introducing myself to people, and just like I don't know. Middle school's rough. Like people are not very nice in middle school, and you know I had a really hard time like finding my way and fitting in, and.
Yeah, middle school sucks.
Just, like, middle school sucks.
Middle school just sucks in general.
I got like a little bit bullied. I was made fun of all the time. I was a little bit on the chunkier side, I would say, in like middle school. So I used to get called all kinds of names in the hallway. And my hair, if you don't know, naturally is very curly. And I went to like a very predominantly white like middle school, I would say.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, there were people of color, but not like definitely more on the white side. And so, and at the time, like there was like no products for curly hair, like not the way that there is now. Like there was nothing that would like tame my curls. And so, and so like they would call me. I would try to wear my hair like, you know, not up or like in a ponytail or in a braid or something, and it was so frizzy and curly and just poofy, and they made fun of me for that, and just like literally anything and everything that they can, you know, middle school and high school, like. Anything people can make fun of you for, they will.
Oh yeah, no, I got made fun of for my leg hair before I like started shaving.
Right, and it's like everybody has leg hair. Like that's so stupid that people like find things like that to like make fun of.
I'm pretty sure it was a boy that like came up to me in class
it's
one
always
day,
a boy, man.
And he was like,
it's always a boy.
He's like, "Is there a jungle on your legs?" I was like, and of course, you know, my middle school self was like, my heart was broken. Like, oh no.
Of course.
Especially because, like, because I am of Italian descent, and so my hair is dark. And Same. When it's... Oh, I know. So my hair, my body hair in general is dark. My actual hair here is not as dark. But my arm hair, my leg hair, every other hair sure is. So, of course, it would stand out quite a bit.
I get you.
You know, if I like, wore shorts or anything... And then, of course, I got made fun of for that. And that's when I started shaving, because someone bullied me.
It's always that, right? Like, there's always an experience like that where, like, you start shaving because of that. I remember somebody in middle school had made fun of, like, my boobs. And I didn't even have I still don't have big boobs. But at the time, I had, like, nothing. But they were like, why don't you wear a bra? Like, that's weird that you do. So then I started wearing a bra because people, like, made fun of me for not wearing a bra. Right. It's like, why are you looking? And this was another girl. I'm like, are you not a girl's girl? Like, that's crazy that a girl of all people would, like, point that out.
Wild. Yeah.
But middle school was, like, literally awful. I can think of so many stories like that where I was just, like, so meanly bullied for no reason. I remember sitting in a class one time and, like, you know how kids would, like, wad up paper and, like, spitball, you know, type thing?
Oh, my God. People still did that? That's what I've never seen that.
People did that. Yeah, middle school was absolute hell for me. And we were in class, and Like, I enjoyed it. This was a history class, and I was actually pretty good at it. Like, I loved to answer the questions, and I was like, I really thrived in that class.
Yeah.
And I got made fun of for that, obviously. But I sat kind of like in the front, and so there's this group of bullies that were like behind me, and they started like throwing spitballs into my curly hair because it would get stuck. And so they had like made a game of like throwing spitballs in my hair, and I didn't notice until like probably like halfway through the class, and then I had turned my head or something, and they all fell out, and they all just like started laughing at me. And so then like the whole class started laughing at me, and like I still can feel that feeling to this day. You know, when something really like embarrasses you, or just like you'll just don't forget that feeling that like goes over your stomach. Like that's how I felt in that moment. And I just remember getting up and like going, like crying and like running to the bathroom to like take all this shit out of my hair that they had like thrown in. One of the girls in the locker room one time thought it would be funny when I was changing from like, because in middle school they start making you like change for PE and stuff.
Yeah.
And so they like, I was in the locker room changing, and she thought it would be funny as I'm like in my underwear, like she put a random lock that she had found on my locker. So I didn't have my clothes because I was like mid changing, and she had like shoved all my clothes and like put the lock on it. And I was standing there in my underwear, like fully mortified. Like, why would you do that? Like that, like I still don't understand what her motive was. And so I had to go to the teacher in my chonies, like full undies.
Oh my
God. She locked my fucking locker. Like and so like they got like I had to get a janitor to like come and get the lock off because nobody knew the like passcode to it. So he had to like come with like I stood there in my undies for like an hour, like while they were trying to get this,
janitor
like,
had to come in with like fucking pliers and get the lock off.
Yeah, to like get that damn lock off so I could get my clothes. Christ. I was late to my next class. Like, oh my God, I will never forget that. And I tried to like trust me, my mom is like a fighter, and the second she found out about that, you bet your ass she was like marching her butt down there.
Adora Mom was ready to fucking fight. Yeah, absolutely.
She was ready to fight, and they like typical school did absolutely nothing. They were like, oh well, you know, it's kind of just like middle school girls, like they need to just like work it out amongst themselves. And like I'm like, what the fuck? No, she like. That's like harassment. Like she left me in my undies in front of everybody, like locked the door on my locker so I couldn't get my clothes. Like, is that not abuse? Like, what do you mean? It's just, yeah, exactly, Chan. They didn't get suspended, nothing. Like I had to live with that like mortification forever. Like it was awful. I have a lot of different stories like that where middle school was just rough.
I truly didn't think that like middle school, high school, like media portrayal stuff of bullying still happen, but apparently it does. That is actually wild. I mean, because that literally is something out of a movie in my head, like out of like a typical 100%. Like middle high school movie, like bully going and like, you know, getting the clothes out and like, you know, throwing them away or whatever. Like,
yeah, I
didn't think shit like that actually happened in real life.
Me neither until it happened to me.
Until it happened to you. Yeah. Oh my God. Well,
I was mortified, and yeah, there's just a lot of one time I had like when I first started my period, I was like 12 in middle school. Sorry if like period talk makes anybody uncomfortable, but I started my period when I was in middle school.
Everyone that has a vagina has a period, okay?
You have a period, you know.
If you have the parts, it happens, okay? God.
But
anyway, go ahead.
When I had like first started my period, it was incredibly heavy, and it comes on you. You don't know, like a lot. You can try and guess when it's gonna start, but you really don't know. And so it
especially
happened
at
school,
that age.
And like especially at that age, and you're first having your period, I like bled through my clothes. And I had been like sitting in class, and it like got on the seat, and I was like trying so hard like to hide it, and like, oh my gosh, I like bled through, and like I got made fun of for that. And it was like anything and everything that they could like make fun of you for. Yeah. Anyways, and you guys are right. Yeah, the schools fail kids every single day. Like they do not do enough shit to help bullying, to help anything. Like they like nothing. Like they just do nothing. and it's awful.
They just think that the kids should work it out themselves, like it's a fucking like lesson or something. But like if actual harassment happens, like an adult should step in and do something about it. Like
exactly, like 100% that girl should have gotten suspended for like harassing me like that. Like that was full harassment, and they did shit about it. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
That's absolutely
I
wild.
could not. And then I was terrified every day to like change in the locker. I would purposely like watch for her to like make sure she was gonna like get out first before I would even go in.
You had to be on alert because no one did anything. Yeah.
Exactly. And so anyways, I got off topic, but
it's okay. It's okay.
It was about like books, but I started going in middle school.
But
middle school trauma.
But that's where your love of reading came from, because you were able to escape everything that was going on in your real life, and you were able to find, you didn't necessarily have friends in school, but you had friends in those books that you were reading, and that was where you found your. I'm sure that's where you found your community and found your spaces, like in those books.
I did.
In school.
I did.
And, yeah. I mean, anything that can help, with all of that, dealing with all of that every day, like, you got to do what you got to do for yourself.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah. But Sam says,
I love that, Sam. Thank you.
I was gonna say,
best compliment you've ever given me. Thank you.
Yeah, I was about to say, Bree is definitely Belle confirmed. We have confirmation that Bree is in fact Belle.
Thank you so much. And it's also rough, I will add, that when you're shy like I was, like, if that happened to me now, I would be a fucking, like, on some bitch. Like, I was just so shy, at the time, and I was too scared to, like, really speak up for myself. But if I could teach, like, my future kids anything, it's like, you speak up for yourself, babe. Like, you do not let anybody treat you like garbage. Like, you absolutely have a voice. Yeah. And you say, because I suffered for way too long in silence because I was too scared to, like, say anything, cause any rift, get in trouble. Like, no.
I have no doubt in my mind that when you have kids, you are going to have the most, like, badass, independent, fucking...
Oh, you best believe I'm gonna make
opinionated
sure
in the best way, strong ass kids. That's what you're gonna have.
I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind. Because Bree now would not put up with any of that shit.
Absolutely not. I don't put up with no bullshit anymore.
No. Not even an inch. Not even an inch.
Nope.
No. I throw hands too. Absolutely, Jim. I would have. If we were in the same middle school together and I saw that, I would be throwing hands for you.
Thanks, guys.
I would absolutely, because I had friends who got bullied in middle school too. For some reason, any sort of bullying that was towards me was not towards my face. So I didn't necessarily see anything like towards me. So I just saw things towards my friends, and I would threaten people with smacking them in the face with my leg braces or my purse all the time.
I love you. I needed you. Little Bree needed you because I was like fighting the good fight all on my own, but also like too shy to, like really say anything to stand up for myself. So like I needed you 100%.
Oh, absolutely. We would have read books together. We would have, because I used to read books all the time in school too. Granted, like I don't have. I mean, I do have a love for Catcher in the Rye and Night. I think those books were absolutely amazing and incredible and definitely integral to learning in school. However, I might have to read Great Gatsby again because I did not like it when I read it in high school.
That is, a lot of people don't. I love that book so much.
So I might have to give it a reread at some point.
Please do, and I would love to talk about it.
Yeah, I was about to say, maybe I'll have a different perspective as an older woman than I did when I was a senior. Yeah.
Right. I tell people that all the time. I'm like, please give these books a chance. Like, give them a chance in an adult mindset when you're not, like, forced to read them for a school project, type thing. Like, give it a chance because they really are. They're just so deep and they're so good. And you don't realize that when you're reading them and they make you read them when you're, like, a junior in high school or whatever.
Yep.
Give them a chance. They're so good.
Yeah. It was definitely, I mean, I will do that with Great Gatsby. I can't promise I'll do that with Great Expectations, though, because dear God, that book is so fucking dense.
It's dense. It's dense and it's hard to understand. So I don't blame you.
Nope, I ain't doing it. No, that was
do not blame you.
That was definitely the book that I hated the most reading at school. And
Me too. That's valid.
I didn't even read it. I Spark Noted the shit out of that. Who remembers Spark
Oh
Notes?
yeah, Spark Notes was incredible. Yeah, got to have Spark Notes.
I read the first chapter of Great Expectations, and I didn't read any of the rest of it. I went off of Spark Notes alone for the rest of the time we were talking about that book, because I didn't want to do it anymore.
Anyway. I do not blame you.
But yes, but there was I did do a lot of like, you know, extracurricular reading in school as well. So we definitely would have gotten along if we were in school in the same place at the same time.
I agree.
I believe that 100%.
I agree.
All right. So, moving on from books to fashion, who are your fashion inspirations, either growing up or even today? You can go through as many as you'd like to.
Growing up, I don't know if you ever like got this magazine as a kid, but my favorite magazine was like J14 or like I'm trying to think of the other one, Kids Bop, or like I don't know, I loved those magazines. Like I was a fan. The ones where you get the like posters of celebrities and they're like full size posters.
I was a fan of what was it? I think it was Tiger Beat. Tiger Beat was one of them. Tiger Beat was one of them, and then there was like Pop something. I don't remember. There was definitely like a Pop something.
All of those magazines were my favorite growing up, and that's honestly where I wouldn't say I was so much into fashion as a kid as I kind of am now, but anything that they wore in those magazines I wanted. I was like, oh my, can we go shopping? Like, I want to look like this girl. I want this dress. Like, and she loved to shop too, so she was like, yeah, let's go shopping. We'll get you a new dress or something for like the first day of school or, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
So definitely those magazines. Now, honestly, I'm not too sure. I feel like I've grown so much to know my own body type and my own style that I just know what I like. But definitely like TikTok, Instagram, like any of the like influencers and, you know, fashion girlies, lifestyle girlies on there.
Which I am definitely not familiar with, but
I spend a lot of time watching those, but anything you could get at like Ross, TJ Maxx, that's my place. Like I love shopping, and I could spend all day at TJ Maxx. Like it is so fun.
All right, so we've established that Bree is in fact Belle, and now we've established that Bree is in fact a Maxinista.
100%. Like I know how to save, babe. Like trust me.
I love this for you.
Oh, I just saw some dirt. Gosh darn it. I think I like get a spot and then I'm like, oh, I didn't see that from above.
Oh yeah, no, I forgot. Okay, crouch is very important. Control is crouch, and crouch is also very important because you are going to need to get different angles and places.
Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah. Oh, and shift is run too.
Shift is run.
There is a run.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all this dirt. I knew I forgot a spot.
But yeah, the only like growing up for me, the only like I guess fashion thing that I can attribute to myself is that I wanted to be like Avril Lavigne.
Oh my gosh, that's so valid. I loved Avril Lavigne.
I wanted to be like Avril Lavigne, and I still to this day, because I don't have one, I still to this day would love to have a leather jacket that fits.
You should.
Yeah. I would love to have a leather jacket that fits and is really cool looking. I'm just a fan of like emo like rock and roll stuff. That's basically like, and it was one of those things that like I never felt like I could pull any of it off because of my size, because society told me so. Yay, fun.
Society.
Woo. Anywho, you know, that external those external forces in media and such. But anywho,
100%, yeah.
But I did end up when I was a kid. I did buy, because Avril had her fashion line back in like I want to say like 2006 maybe or something.
Yeah.
I did buy one of her ties, and I still have it. I don't wear it.
I love
but I still have it.
It's great.
Yep. It's still in my drawer somewhere. I also have a bandana collection, which I don't wear bandanas anymore either, because I had a period in middle school where I wore bandanas a lot. I couldn't wear them to school, but I wore them on the weekends. So, yep, fun times.
I love that.
And then my cousin shamed me for wearing a bandana because she thought it was stupid.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, because I would do the whole, tying it, behind my head and would, cover, my whole, top of my, it would do the cover thing. I wouldn't just, wear it as a headband or anything. I would do the full, over my head.
I love that.
So, I think...
But you liked it, so that's, all that matters, you know?
Right. No, absolutely. But, of course, at that time, my cousin got in my head, so...
Of course.
I don't think I
does at that age.
Yeah. I don't think I wore them too much longer after that, but anywho. Fun times. Mine should fit you. It's green though. I don't want to steal yours, babe. But I mean, I wouldn't mind trying it on for you. But I don't want to steal your jacket. Cuz then you wouldn't be able to wear it. You'd wear it more than me. Oh, that's true, actually. I would actually wear it. And now that I'm thinking about it, I would actually wear it more than you. And, I mean, as lesbians, we should share each other's clothes anyway, because that's, the law, right? So...
Of course.
It's the law that both of our wardrobes double.
I love that.
Okay. Alright. So, going back to Austin and Justin, since living with two brothers, did they ever pull any pranks on you?
All the time. Yeah, I honestly, I can't remember specifics, if I'm being entirely honest, of, stuff they used to do. But they used to, they used to do all kinds of pranks, all kinds of things. They, steal my dollies, and, I'd find them, tied up with, their dinosaurs or something. I don't know. They used to do all kinds of stuff like that. They love to team up against me. Their favorite was, doing something that they knew we weren't supposed to do, and then I would get blamed for it. If that makes sense. They would do something naughty, and then it was Brianna did it. It was what?
Excuse? I did no such thing.
And my mom knew, of course. She was obviously, I know, but she would go along with it and things like that. They definitely, all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nikki's the best Valorant player I know, obviously. She plays so much Valorant.
That's two of my favorite Valo players. Hi, Meep. I definitely don't play Valo, but welcome in.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
No, yeah, for sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Number one.
I get the headshots every time. No.
Every time. She's great.
I know you love Valo, but I could never play that game. I'm so sorry.
That's so fair. Don't save yourself. Save yourself. Don't start that. Don't open that can of worms.
Don't do it. I won't do it with Overwatch either.
Don't open that can of worms either. You stick to your Marvel Rivals. You're good at it.
I will. The more I play Marvel Rivals, the more I'm am I actually good at this game? But I just don't know if other people are just getting better or if I'm just staying the same or what.
You are. It's just people are always going to be better than you, unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just the last times I've played with Blue, we've had just
well, that's half your problem.
Teams.
Blue's MMR is in the sky.
You're right. I should stop playing with Blue.
It's Blue.
You're right. I should stop playing with Blue. You're doing great, Nikki, but there are a lot of sweats. I know. See, Hockey said the exact same thing. It's Blue's MMR.
It's Blue's MMR.
Yeah. No, it's true. It really... Yeah, I don't know. I think people are just getting better at the game, and I'm just not getting as better as fast, I guess. But anyway. Yeah, because growing up for me with my brother... he definitely had a couple of things that he would like to do with me and do to me. So I was just kind of curious if you had a similar experience with yours.
Yeah, I wish I had an example specific, but definitely they were always doing pranks and doing something. They was always up to something. I would hear them whispering to each other and they'd like giggle and whisper, and then they'd come in and I'd be like, oh, I know you're about some shit. Like, I know. I just know.
It's like, all right, what are you two up to?
And what are you two up to? You're gearing up for something over there. I see it.
What are you doing? Yeah, luckily my brother just had himself he didn't have anyone to bounce ideas off of.
Right, they had co-conspirators. I'm like, what the heck is this?
But,
up against me.
Yeah, my brother was really into wrestling, like with the WWF back in the day.
Oh my gosh, did he try out his wrestling moves on you?
Sure did. Sure did.
Yep, I saw that coming.
Yeah, sure did.
Typical brothers. The amount of times I was in a headlock or something.
Uh-huh, yeah. Well, and he would also do the same with his friends. And like I said, they would always be on that third floor upstairs. And my mom's room is directly underneath that room. And so anytime that they would, body slam each other into the couch or on the floor, her ceiling would fucking shake, and then she would have to deal with that.
She'd be like, what the fuck? You guys gotta chill.
It's like, what are you guys doing? You need to chill. So that was a fun time. And then my brother would always do the I don't know if anyone like knows this or had this done to them, but like my brother would stand next to me and like put his arm around me and then be like, hey Nikki, want to be my sidekick? And then he would like take his leg and kick my butt and then just like push me forward.
Oh, that's so valid. That's such a brother.
So
such a brother.
Yeah, I had that done to me a couple times. I've done that. See, people. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's definitely a thing, and it was definitely done to me multiple times. So yeah, brothers are fun. Brothers are a fun time. Yeah. Yeah. I did want a sister growing up. Unfortunately.
Me too.
Unfortunately, my parents, instead of stopping at 3, they decided, one of each. We're done. So
that's, I can't blame them, because if I also got one of each, I would probably stop too.
Yeah, right. So I didn't get my sister, but one of my cousins moved in with us for a little while when she graduated from school. And so she was like, she very much still is my big sister to this point in time.
I love that.
And she actually, since she's my cousin and I think of her as a sister, we came up with Custer, like the combination of. But then my brother pointed out that there was a General Custer, and I was like, well, the other way doesn't sound as good, so we're still keeping it. But yeah.
True.
Apparently there's some General Custer that did bad things, but I'm like, listen, the other way doesn't sound as good. So,
that's
like,
fair.
Susan, what the fuck is, no, we're not going to do that. And so my cousin Elise, she actually had t-shirts made that, like, had a definition. Like I said, it says Custer on it, and it has, like, a definition, and it's really cute.
I like that. That's really cute.
We have those now. But, so yeah. So I didn't get one, when I wanted one, but I eventually did.
Yeah.
So, yeah. There you go. Gohan, I can't believe you've done the sidekick thing. How dare you? I'm kidding. I feel like it is a very, like, guy thing. Like, I feel like a girl would never think to do that. No regrets. You shouldn't, Gohan. It is kind of funny. It's just one of those things that, like, he did it a lot to me, and I fell for it every time. So, all right. So, now that we have covered books and fashion, I wanted to talk to you about makeup, because I know how much you love makeup and doing your look, especially all your content on Instagram. So, when did you start having a love for makeup, and do you have any memorable looks maybe on your Instagram that come to mind?
I've honestly loved makeup forever. It was my favorite activity as a kid, like growing up, to play with my mom's makeup. I loved it. I loved doing makeup. I would say that I really got into makeup, I would say probably in high school. That's when, like, a lot of the, like, beauty influencers on like YouTube were really
Mm-hmm.
popular, and so I watched a ton of makeup girlies on like YouTube, and
Sure.
I really loved that. I was obsessed. And I remember the first time my grandma like spoiled me and took me to Sephora. And Sephora is expensive, don't get me wrong. Back then, maybe not as much, but still expensive. Like it's higher end, you know,
I think
makeup.
it's still
And I
expensive
remember
now. But maybe
it's
that's
even
just
more
me.
so. It is way more expensive now, but yeah, it's still expensive. Like I get my makeup at like CVS these days, you know, like go for the drugstore brands type thing. But
Absolutely.
anyway, so my grandma had bought me like one product or something from Sephora, and I loved it. I was so excited that we got to like go to Sephora together. So that's kind of where like I started with makeup, was like watching a lot of beauty influencers, and then a friend that I'd had actually in college and in high school. We were friends in high school, but really more so like in college we hung out a lot more. But she had a Instagram page where she would like post makeup looks.
Yeah.
And I would remember thinking like, oh my gosh, that's the coolest thing ever. Like, I didn't know you could do that. And so that's kind of where I started. I had Instagram before I had Twitch. Like Instagram was where I kind of started with social media. And so I started like doing more makeup looks, and I had a lot of fun with it. I'm trying to think of like memorable. There's a few. I have done a series on my Instagram, 25 Days of Christmas looks, where I would like post a makeup look every day that was like Christmas themed, and a lot of those ones really stuck out because I mean I got pretty good at it. I love art. I was like, that's kind of my second love. Like if I didn't think I was gonna do like English or something along those lines, I probably would have majored in art or like something like that. So it was another way for me to like, you know, you're kind of painting just on your face in a way, and just with makeup instead of paint. So I got very creative with it, like very artistic. And so probably my Christmas ones, if you scroll back on my page, there's quite a few that I centered around like makeup. And I did like a pride makeup look one year that was really cool. It was like all sparkles on my cheeks. And definitely if I should have came prepared and like had scrolled through my Instagram to like see which ones specifically.
It's okay.
That because there's definitely a few where I was like really proud of, and like, oh my gosh, it took me a long time to even like sit there and do that.
Yeah. That's all right. We're just gonna encourage chat to follow you on Instagram. Just guys, if you have Instagram, go to Instagram and then type in Adorabri and then go follow her immediately. Okay, go do that.
Thank you. So scroll back a little. You know, you'll find my makeup. I don't so much do a lot. I just don't have time really anymore to like play with makeup the way that I used to. But if you scroll back a little, you'll find some of my makeup looks on
there's good stuff there. There's good content there.
There's good stuff there.
I highly recommend. Oh, Chicken says, if you want another person to watch Brie, the Lipstick Lesbians are a couple, and one is a cosmetologist and makeup tester. They break down how formulas work, and it's cool.
Oh, I like that. I will.
Go.
I'll definitely. That's fun. I love that. I would love to see that.
Yeah, there you go. I might have to check them out too. I was actually kind of curious what influencers you watched in the beauty YouTube space.
I liked like Bethany Moda, if that name sounds familiar.
Sure does.
Alicia Marie, still love her.
Yep.
Any of those kind of girlies, I watched a lot of. I can't remember all of their names now, but I'm trying to think because there was definitely a few that I watched, like Jaclyn Hill. I used to watch her quite a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, those are kind of. I definitely have more, but those are the names that I can think of off the top of my head that I used to watch like religiously.
Yeah. I mean, that was not really, you know, my kind of content watching, but being an avid YouTube watcher myself and watching a lot of YouTubers, especially back in the days of like when everyone fucking collabed with each other all the time.
Yeah.
I definitely found myself knowing of beauty influencers and not necessarily like watching their content, but at least knowing of people. So I definitely was familiar. I think everyone was familiar with Bethany Moda, especially in her peak
100%.
Anyway. Yeah.
Definitely. Oh, yeah, Chim. OG YouTube. I watch YouTube.
Yeah, for real.
And, like, before anything else, like, I was a big YouTube watcher, so most of the time I know you, especially OG YouTubers, I know a lot of them because I consumed a lot of YouTube content. I loved YouTube.
Yeah, that was basically like me all through college, was just consuming, like, just watching YouTubers.
Yeah, same. That was my like form of, instead of watching TV, I would watch YouTube. Like that was my like form of content that I enjoyed.
Yep. Oh, I just remembered I didn't tell you a Powerwash thing. So if you press E, it will pull up your loadout, and you can change your extension. You should have like a long extension and a short one. If you don't, I can't remember if you start out with those or if you get those eventually.
I do have them. Nikki's been leading me astray, y'all. I've been like
so
with
sorry.
my tiny ass little gun. Like
I just instinctively pressed E because I needed to get the top of the statue, and then I was like, oh shit, I didn't tell Bree about extensions.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm so sorry. Anywho.
We're all good.
But yes, now you
thinking, man, I'm having to like really stretch to like reach these things.
I bet you've been using the ladder unnecessarily too. I am so sorry.
Probably because I was like, oh, I need to reach that. Like, no, you're fine. You're fine. No worries.
Anyway.
That's fine.
But yeah. Anyway. Do you tell her about the different nozzles? I did, Chim. I did. I told her that the mouse wheel she can use to... Technically, you can use, like, 1, 2, 3 or whatever, but it's just easier with the mouse wheel to do that.
Easier,
yeah.
So, oh, this is so much nicer.
Yep. I did tell her about the different nozzles. Okay.
Most of the information, it's fine.
Yes, I did give you... I did remember, like, a couple minutes ago about crouch and sprint, but, you know, it's fine.
It's fine.
Alright, so... Obviously, when I was making up my questions, I had to throw in a question about tea, because, you know, had to...
Don't get me started!
Had to do it. Had to do it. We had to, because, I mean, you know, as his, you know, soon-to-be former wifey of the internet.
True.
Because, you know, Twitter put us together before y'all did.
That's true.
So, you know, but of course I had to throw in a question about tea, but I basically, you know, just wanted to ask how he has impacted your life.
Oh my gosh. I, like, could say a million good things about that man.
I know you can gush about him forever.
I know I'm biased. I'm his fiance, so, you know, naturally, but, no, he is truly amazing. I am really lucky to have him. I think that he provides me with such a level of like gentleness and patience and like understanding that I have not experienced before, especially in relationships.
It's true. That man does not go above a certain volume.
Absolutely not. Like, no. I don't think I've ever heard that man raise his voice, especially not in an angry way. You know, like, something I noticed about him right away when we had, like, one of our first, like, calls was that we were talking and he would, like, ask me questions and then, like, fully silent. Like, he would just let me talk. And, I mean, obviously you don't have to, like, bug me to talk. I'm, like, a yapper, but he listened to me in a way that I have not been listened to before, if that makes sense. Like, some people listen, but they don't hear you. Yes. If you really know what I'm saying.
I do.
So he, like, he would ask me a question and then just listen. And, like, he did not, like, put his 2 cents in. He didn't feel the need to, like, interrupt me to, like, add anything to what I was saying. He would just sit and listen to talk. And I was like, what? Who are you? Like I'd never experienced, and I know that some people would listen to that and be like, bare minimum, bitch. I know, to a sense, yeah, but
active listening is hard.
Active listening is hard. Like, not a lot of people know how to truly, like, actively listen to somebody and not, like, butt in or,
and
like,
I'm sorry,
add anything.
But especially dudes don't probably.
Especially guys, especially dudes. And like he's just truly the best. Like, he takes care of me. Like, he really just, like, he's so in tune with me now, where he just, like, he knows how I feel before I feel it. But he won't say it. You know, he's very much like, I'm gonna let her come to me in the way that she feels like she needs to come to me, but I'm gonna be prepared. Like, I know that she's feeling this way, and I'm just gonna let her like kind of feel what she needs to feel, and I'm like here for her, you know, if she wants to talk about it or feels like she needs to. But he is so loving, so gentle, like so kind. I'm sure a lot of you that know T, you know how sweet he is. Like, he is genuinely just the nicest human being on this planet. Like, never
Absolutely.
has a bad word to say about anybody. Like, truly just the best. And I am very lucky to have him as a partner. He has a level of emotional intelligence that not a lot of people have, especially, again, not to like gender, but guys, especially men. Like, he has a level of emotional intelligence. He's very aware of like how people feel and like how his actions and emotions and like the things that he says, like, it has an impact, and he really he's very aware of that. And
I need to put this.
I love that about him. He's just very, very gentle and just very sweet. I can really depend on him to like love me, take care of me, and that means a lot. Especially coming from someone like, I was very hyper independent. Like, I don't need nobody. I don't need no man. Like, I and I stick
Bree's
to that.
Miss
Like,
Independent over here.
On my own.
Bree's Miss Independent over here.
I am. I really was Miss Independent. Like, I was dead set on like, I'm not gonna settle for no man. Like, I can take care of myself. Like, I don't need nobody. And so when I met him, it was just like very much a surprise for me to like let the reins loose, I guess, in a sense, and like allow him to, you know, really like take care of me and love me the way that he does. But yeah, I could say a million good things about him. You know this. Like, he is just truly the best.
Yeah.
And I love our relationship. Like, he really is truly a life partner, like through and through. Like, I really feel like I think that it's so telling when you go through hard things with somebody, and seeing how they react in tough situations is very important in a relationship.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, if you haven't experienced your partner when you're both like so frustrated and like so angry and like nothing's going right, or, you know, in a sad situation, like you are the most sad you've ever been, maybe you lost somebody or just anything like that, it is really telling the kind of partner that you have. Like, you want to be able to like have a life partner that's going to get you through all of the tough things. And like, I can fully confidently say like he very much has such a level head about him all the time, and he really is just very much a life partner, which is why I'm marrying him. You know, I'm locking that one down. You're mine. I'm not letting you go for nothing.
She's locking it in, chat. She's locking it in.
I am locking him in. He is mine.
he is locked in. They are both locked in. It is happening.
We're locked in. we are happy. He compliments me very well, and yeah, he's so sweet, so funny, like, and just truly the kindest person ever. Like, that is the highlight, I will say. If I had to say, I could say a million, but if I had to say one thing, it's his kindness. Like, he really is just the most gentle soul. And
well, and
something like that in your life.
I mean, and I've known that about him for, you know, since I met
him.
A
long time.
Very long time. Yeah, since I met him, I definitely knew of his gentle nature and his kindness, and that, again, that is what I know, that man does not go above a certain volume as far as his speaking voice goes. But yeah, I am genuinely so happy that you two found each other. And I cannot wait to see you guys get married and start your lives together, and you're just so sweet, and not only individually, but you're so sweet together. And yeah, I very much look forward to Bree T.
Bree T forever. Bree T forever.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yes.
And I will
truly the best.
I will look forward to, you know, passing the torch in his Discord whenever that does happen.
I love it. I'm so excited to get the torch passed on to me. That's going to be great.
Yeah, for those who aren't aware of what I'm referencing, back, I don't know how long ago this was at this point, but there was like a thing going around on Twitter where like you clicked a link and it made like a family tree out of who you like interact with the most. And for some reason, mine made me and T like together, and then our children, like I think one of them was like Christy. It was really funny. I don't remember all, but I remember that like for some reason Twitter was like you and him, and so I just decided to run with it and make the joke, and he was totally fine with it, and so
yeah.
And so yeah, that's when I like changed my name in his Discord to like T's Hot Wifey or something, and then
I love it.
And I think that's when he like named his bot like T's Hot Girlfriend or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, something like that. That's so good.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how that all happened. And like I said,
I love that.
I'm very looking forward to, changing my
name
so that we can have T's actual hot wife right here. I
know that's right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm very excited to be his wife. I have loved that man since the minute I met him. Like, truly, I know it's like cringe to say, like a lot of people say that about their partners, but it really just is so true. Like, I met him and I was obsessed. I was like, yeah, he's gonna be mine. I'm gonna be his.
That's just my man right there.
That's my man. Like, I just felt it. I just knew. I just knew.
Yeah. Oh. Now, this wasn't on my list, and you do not have to answer, but can I ask how wedding planning is going? Obviously, you don't have to get into specifics or anything, but
yes, I would love to talk about it.
No, but yes, how is the wedding planning going in general?
Sure. Also, yes, Hockey. I locked him down immediately. I was like, that's it. He's fine. I was just reading Jim's comment. That's pretty fast, Jim. I want to say that, like, sometimes, like, when you know, but I don't know. I feel like in my personal opinion, like, I feel like I know someone fully, before I would make that kind of commitment.
Oh, damn.
And just
like
you
wild.
said, like, I like living together, like, having your first fight, going through the tough things in life. I feel like that's so important to know in a partner. Like, you don't want to get married and then realize that your partner has the absolute worst temper possible when things get rough. And you just don't have time to know that, I feel like, so quickly. But, hey, more power to you. Whatever makes you happy.
I just read that too, and that's absolutely wild. Like, yeah, I mean, I've never understood people wanting to, like, not live together before they're married. Like, I don't...
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't comprehend in my brain. I know people do it for, like, religious reasons and probably other reasons,
I was just about to say that. I think a lot of times it's, like, religious or just, like, it's seen as, like, a sin to, like, live with somebody before you're married. Yeah.
But, like, committing that way and not knowing how your partner lives in a home is crazy. I'm so sorry.
100%. I would not. T and I did not even want to... Like, we wanted to get engaged, obviously, but we were not going to do it before we, like, had ever lived together. Like, we had to live in the same house and just know how we work together in the same shared space, like...
Yeah, I just... Yeah. It never made sense to me why anyone would want to marry someone without having lived with them for, like, at least a year. At least. Even, okay, if you want to, like, be generous, we could at least give you 6 months. 6 months,
something. Like, just live with your partner for a little while, and so you get a feel of, because, like Jim said, people are so different in public, and, like, when you're just hanging out, or maybe spending a night with somebody, or a weekend is so different than, like...
Yep.
Living with somebody
actual living together, yes,
and coexisting, and like, you're gonna get on each other's nerves. That's just the way that it is. Like, if you're living in such a close, shared space, like, coming together is difficult, and you both have, like, your way of doing things that you have to kind of compromise, and you gotta find out how you can compromise, in my opinion. But
yes, because you guys are, like, in relationships, you have to meet in the middle a lot. Like, it's just part of being two people trying to put their lives together. Like, you're going to have to meet your partner halfway and vice versa. Like, that's just inevitable.
Yeah.
So
100%.
Yeah.
But anyways, wedding planning is going well. We have a lot of the big stuff like done, which is really nice. There's still so much more that needs to be done. But it's going well. You know, we're just trying to chip away at things slowly over time. Something exciting that kind of happened this week is that they called me and told me that my wedding dress is ready to be like picked up. So that's really exciting. I get to go pick up my wedding dress, try it on again.
That's so
all of those
cool.
kinds of things. So very excited about that. That's gonna be fun.
Oh, that's gonna be so fun. Yeah,
but it's going well.
That's awesome. Oh, I'm glad to hear it's going well. That's good. Like I said, that wasn't part of the interview, but you know, being your friend, I was just selfishly wanting to know.
Yeah, of course. You can ask me anything. I truly don't mind. Like, feel free.
No, I know, but I just want to throw that out there. Okay. Oh, well, since we were talking about, things in relationships, what do you feel you value most in relationships? And it can be both romantic and platonic, or in general, because, there are multiple different relationships that you can have in life, so.
Communication. 100, that's an easy answer for me. Communication, 150%. Like, my ex, the ex that I had before I was with T, like, the worst communicator in the entire world. Like,
I remember you telling me.
I can't even begin to describe. Like, I mean, that wasn't his he was a cheater, so that wasn't his biggest red flag. The communication wasn't his biggest red flag, but like, amongst many things, he was a terrible communicator. And I will stand on this hill until I die, is that you need to like have somebody you can communicate with, and somebody that's willing to communicate. Communication doesn't come easy to everyone, but if the difference is like having somebody that's willing to sit with you and have a conversation, even if it makes them uncomfortable, even if they can't get their words out maybe the way that they hope, they're still willing to like sit and listen and hear you out and like talk about things. I could not do that in my past relationship, and so, I soar like up and down in the next one, like, who happens to be T, and he is the best communicator, but it was like communication. Like, that seems like such a like basic thing, but it's really not. Like, you'd be surprised how many people like have no communication like whatsoever, and that's both platonic and romantic. Like, and it goes both ways. Like, I want you to call me out when I hurt your feelings. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. We're gonna say things that hurt each other's feelings. We're gonna do things that we don't 100% like in either of us. But like, tell me about it. I don't want to have to guess how you're feeling. And I kind of hate the sentiment of like, if she wanted to, she would. If he wanted to, he would. And it's like, to a sense, sure, yeah, you should want your partner to like do things for you. That's not where that comes from. It's like, they can't react if they don't know how you feel. Like, you can't expect them to read your mind 150% of the time. That's never going to happen. You have to be willing to sit and be like, hey, you did this thing, this thing, this thing. I did not like that. Like, that did not make me feel good. And you need to be able to have your partner say, I am so sorry that I did that. Like, I'm sorry that, I made you feel shitty, and it will not happen again. And if you can't have that in a relationship, like or a friendship, that's just never going to work. Like, I want us 150% of the time to tell each other, like, and again, it goes both ways. Like, I want my friends to tell me, hey, Brie, like, you fucked up. Like, I want him to tell me, like, you said that and I didn't really like that. Like, that you did this and that didn't really, like, sit with me the right way. Like, you should be able to do that with your partners in life, friends. So communication, 100%. Like, I will, like I said, stand on that hill forever. And
I will stand on that hill with you, and we will both die on that hill, because I completely 100% agree with you. I think if you don't have honesty and communication in any relationship, then there's no foundation for you. Like, there's no foundation there.
100%. Yeah, exactly, Doze. Taking accountability for your own actions. Like, you don't want somebody that's going to deflect, where it's like the typical, like, I'm sorry you feel that way. No, it's not I'm sorry you feel that way. It's I'm sorry that I did something that hurt your feelings.
Yep.
Or, and like, honesty is another big one. I do not like lying. Don't lie to me. Like, 100%. I'm going to know. Like, I'm really good at sussing out a liar.
Will
like,
find out.
I'm gonna know. I'm gonna find out most of the time. If I'm confronting you with something, I know about it. I'm gonna ask to see if you're gonna lie to me. Like, I already know, so you might as well fess up. Like, I know what you did. I know what you did. So, like, just, be honest about it and just, both ways. You want somebody that's going to be honest about their feelings. Like, I would be so broken inside if T, like, hid anytime I made him feel upset. You know what I mean? Like, no, I want you to be honest with me and just tell me when you're feeling some type of way, always. And he does. We're good at that. Again, we have a healthy relationship, but you got to be able to do that in your friendships and your relationships. Like, be honest, communicate, own up. Nobody's perfect. You're going to mess up. That's just the way life is. So, like, just be accountable for yourself and how you make people feel.
Yes, I completely 100% agree. You mean she's not always right and I'm always wrong?
No.
Oh, Hawkerton. But yes, no, I completely agree. And I I do feel like that's why me and Chicken have worked so well, is because of our communication too. Like, we have had to, we have had one or two, like, tough conversations. And, and we've talked through things and we've worked through things, and, it is inevitable. It's going to happen that you are going to eventually, like, have a problem with one another. It's just inevitable.
100%.
So as long as you both can talk through it and you are both able to hear each other out, then your relationship will continue to have the foundation that you need to have a healthy relationship.
Relationships take work. Like, don't let anybody tell you that, it has to come easy to a sense. Like, Tia in my relationship is, like, quote unquote the easiest relationship. Like, everything came easy. Like, you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean that it doesn't take work. It doesn't mean we're perfect. It doesn't mean that we don't have our ups and downs. Like, everybody does. And it's going to take work. Like, you have to be willing to put in the work to really make something work with somebody. And especially when things get tough. Like, you got to both be willing, like, and, something I've told T that I should put in my wedding vows, but it's like, I'm going to choose you. I'm going to keep choosing you through the good and the bad. Like, we might go through the toughest shit possible, but I'm going to be there holding your hand, like, through it all at the end of the day. And like, we can get through it. We can get through everything if you're willing to, like, work with that person. That's how you know someone, like, truly has feelings for you, is if they're willing to, like, work through things with you. If they're just gonna give up, like my ex, he was a giver-upper. Like, he was just, like, wanted to sweep it all under the rug, like, didn't want to talk about it. Like, just give up on everything, and, you can't have that. You really can't. You gotta be able to, take accountability.
Yes. Yeah, you have to be able to own up that you fucked up, and then, talk, and then, again, talk it out. I'm a big fan of talking things out. So,
me too.
Yeah. Trying to figure out if I got this little banister part up here. I might have to move this. At least that time
That's true, Sam. He is calming. Hasty.
At least that time I fell on purpose. There we go.
Absolutely.
Okay. Alrighty. So, this is a fun one, because I don't know how many people have, like, actually think about this, but I've had this for myself for a very long time, so I'm always curious with other people. If you had a theme song, Brie, what would it be?
I knew it was gonna be that. I knew it was gonna be that one, because that's the question that stumped me for the longest, where I was like,
really?
That's a good question. Like, I don't know if I've ever really thought about a theme song, If I was gonna give, and I did put a little thought into it, just because that was, like I said, the one that kind of stumped me the most, where I was like, I don't know, like, I'm not sure. If I was gonna give a silly answer, it would be, like, Yoshi's Island theme song. That's the one that's, like, in my head the most.
Sure.
Like, oh my god, yeah, that's classic.
Sure.
If I was gonna give a serious answer, and, like, allowing my more, like, religious side to show for a minute, I suppose. I don't talk too much about, like, religion, just because I know it's kind of a sensitive subject, and I'd never want to, like, force anybody to listen to me talk about religion. But there's a song called Oceans. It's by Hillsong United. And that one would probably be it. It just, like, kind of describes, I guess, like, how I kind of go about life, like with Jesus, and I really enjoy that song. So I think I kind of pull that song out whenever I need like a pick me up, and just like I'm, having kind of a hard time having, just kind of going about it. I love that song, and that one I always come back to when I go through life, and just even the happy moments. I love listening to that song. It's a good song. Yeah, Chicken, it's a really good song. I suggest, like, if you haven't heard it, if you're not, just a song in general, but probably that one if I was gonna give a serious answer. But obviously the Yoshi theme song.
I mean, to be fair, I also have a serious answer and a not so serious answer when it comes to this question myself, because I always say that my theme song is for us 90s kids. I always say my theme song is Chumbawamba by Tub Thumpin'.
Oh, I love it. Yeah,
because I get knocked down and I get back up again all the time. So
absolutely.
So
I love it. No, that's a good one.
Yeah, and it always, and that song has always made me laugh, and that is one of those songs.
It's a good song.
It's one of those songs that, like, I can't not be happy while listening to it. So, but then, like, a more serious, like, answer, like, kind of tying in with, like, a religious aspect is a song called My Church by Maren Morris. And it basically talks about how she feels, like, connection, like, spiritual connection when she, like, listens to the radio and is, like, driving in her car kind of thing. And that always connected with me, because I always feel like I have more of a spiritual connection, like, when it comes to music rather than anything else. As someone who definitely grew up Catholic but doesn't necessarily and hasn't been to church since she was 10. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
So I definitely feel like that's like my second theme, but more so Chumbawamba, because it's funny.
More so Yoshi's Island.
Exactly. Hi, Ninji. Welcome in. Thank you for farting in my chat as always, Ninji. I appreciate you.
Sometimes you just gotta fart,
Yep, sometimes you just gotta fart. And Ninji has to fart a lot.
Often.
Very often, in multiple places, so.
Love that for you, Ninji. He is not ashamed, and I love it.
Nope. Not one whatsoever. Hey, shower thoughts. Welcome in. The letter X is
I love a good shower thought. It's where I do my best thinking.
The letter X is just the letter K, but got kicked in the back. Wow.
I never thought of it like that.
That's true. Thank you so much for giving us that little tidbit, shower thoughts. I appreciate you. Welcome
You learn something new every day.
Literally. I never thought about it that way. That's so fun. I like that. Okay. I need to switch to my extension even though I'm on this fucking scaffolding, because this is a very big manor. This is a very tall building.
It's huge.
This is a very tall building. Okay. Oh, have you ever met a celebrity? And where? And when?
No.
Okay.
I haven't. I guess the closest, I don't know if you'd consider them celebrities, but like streamers at like YouTube, like
TwitchCon?
the YouTube, like TwitchCon and the YouTube convention. I've had a greets. So like streamers and YouTubers.
They
that's
count?
like the closest, I guess. I have come.
Yeah.
But no, it's a very common like LA misconception that like if you live in LA, you're just walking amongst celebrities all the time, and that's just not. That's not true. I've lived in LA my whole life. A celebrity there, but if you do, that's great. More power to you.
I mean, to be honest, I didn't even think about the fact that you live in Southern California, like putting this in. That didn't occur to me. I just thought it'd be a fun question to ask you.
I like it. No, I have not. Not really. Not in the traditional sense, I guess, but kind of if you count like streamers and influencers.
Yeah. Hi, Erin. Hello.
How are you, Erin?
We love Erin here.
100%.
But yeah, I was just curious because in my case, I definitely I've met like a couple of YouTubers as well, because technically Pentatonics counts as a YouTuber since they
but they're also like traditional celebrities, so like
yeah,
you win.
they do kind of count like in both ways, but yeah, no, I've had a couple of run-ins myself, and you know, I definitely had a moment with pentatonics where for those who know who they are and know like a lot of their backstory, yes, so when Avi was still with them, their bass guy, when he was still a part of the group, I went up to him and I couldn't say anything. I said nothing.
I love it.
I said absolutely nothing. And I said something to literally everyone else, but then I got to Avi and then he just said hi, and that just like deep baritone that he had, and that was it. That was all I could do, but just and be like ha ha. And that was it for me. So yeah, fun times. And that's and that was just one of the couple of ones that I mean, it's funny. It's funny how like you think that you're gonna say all these things to them and then you don't.
Right.
Like you definitely, like I definitely had that run-in with, you know, pentatonics, and then Carrie Underwood when she first started couldn't say a damn thing. That was definitely another one where I was like couldn't say a damn thing. Also, she had a show to go to, so she literally like said hi to me and my mom for like 2 seconds and then left, and then I couldn't say
business to attend to.
Couldn't say a damn word. So
fair.
But anyway, yes, I did get starstruck. I did, Jim. I did, in fact. But yeah. But that is, I mean, it is funny how people just assume if you live in California, you've, like, run into celebrities, like, all the fucking time.
Like, nope. Not a one.
Yes, Jim, Carrie is from your state. That is true. She is an Okie. Okay. So, Bree, if you had the opportunity, if you had the chance to be immortal, would you take it?
Absolutely not. No, I shouldn't say that. Can I bring everybody with me? Because if I have to outlive all of my family and friends forever, like hundreds of years worth, I don't know if I could do it. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, I didn't necessarily put any caveats into this question, but
yes,
but
if I can live with T forever and my mom and my family, like if I can bring my family with me and my close friends, like like if all of you guys can come with me, sure. But if it's just me, like living thousands of years and like I'm outliving all the time, like people just you get close to people and then you have to watch them like die, you know? Like I don't know if I could do that for thousands. Like that would be kind of miserable.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Because definitely, I mean, when I initially put this question down, that was my first thought was like, you know, unless I could bring people with me. But then at the same time, like, I feel like there's never really an opportunity for you to be immortal and then be able to instill that power onto other people. At least, you know, in the media portrayal of, you know, people getting fucking immortality, you never see someone being like, okay, I'm gonna also give it to you and to you and to you and to you.
Right. Exactly. Like
that doesn't usually happen. Yeah. But
I don't know. It would be fun to like do everything that you want to do that life is kind of like too short for a lot of the times, you know, but I don't know. I think I'd get bored of being on my own after a while.
Yeah, I thought the exact same thing. Yeah. So, Bree gonna be 7,000 and I'll look a day over 800.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. There was a story in Tolkien's works where the elves have a friend who was a human and they had no idea about the lifetime of humans, and then the human died and they were like, oh wow, okay, that really sucks. Oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
life is so short. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely am right there with you, Bree. I don't know if I would want to live for eternity either. Okay. Ooh. What profession would you never want to attempt?
Oh. Mm, definitely nothing in the medical field, like a surgeon. Absolutely not.
Oh, hell no. Mm-mm.
Um, that's like the immediate thought that I have is like anything like
Mm-hmm. Anything in the medical field?
surgical. Yeah,
Yeah.
anything kind of in the medical field is like, and this is coming from someone that like was a nursing major. Like I thought I was going to be a nurse.
I
like,
mean, I wasn't gonna say anything, but
no. Like I nope. I'm good.
Yeah, because I knew that you were you were
Right.
thinking about being a nurse for a second.
Customer service is a good answer too. Like that is not for the weak. As
Customer
someone that works a
yeah.
customer service facing role in a different way, like we don't call them customers, they're students, but like I have a public facing role. It's not easy. It's not for the weak.
No.
But yeah, definitely no doctor, surgeon, anything in the medical field. I would 100% not do that. No.
Yeah. And see, I'm like over here, like I want a customer service job. Just because I like helping people. But I mean, obviously, I'm not ignorant to the fact that there are in fact people out there who definitely are not kind to the customer service folks. So
I like it to a point. Like again, I have a public facing role, so like helping people is so fun. I love that. I love getting to interview. You meet so many incredible people and like just different kinds of people. That part of it's fun. But the one shitty ass person is gonna ruin your day 100%. Like there's so many times I've been having a so-so day and then you just get freaking Karen on the phone that's like, fuck you, and you're like, what the fuck? Like I did not come to my job today expecting that. Like, what do you mean?
This was not on my bingo card this morning.
No. I'm like, okay, it's like 8. We open at 8 a.m. They call 7:59, like with all kinds of attitude. And I'm like, did you wake up angry? Like, I don't want to be here any more than you want to be on this call with me right now. Like, what? Like, it's 8 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. Like, where did all of this anger come from?
It's like, who pissed in your Cheerios? Like, what the fuck?
Right. I'm like, what? Like, I just work here. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. Like, what do you want from me?
And sometimes that's what you gotta tell people. I mean, obviously you have to be like, I'm sorry, ma'am, sir, it's policy. But like, that's basically what you're saying. Is like, I don't make the rules here. I just give them out.
I'm like, hey, like, this is the way that it is. You know, I can refer you to my supervisor. They're going to tell you exactly what I just told you. But if you want to go ahead and hear it from them again, like, please, by all means, let me transfer you.
Please, go do that.
You go do that. Whatever makes you happy, like, whatever helps you sleep better at night.
Yeah, it's like, I'll gladly transfer you and take a different call that if somebody that's going to be nicer
with
to
someone
me
that's
this
nice.
morning.
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
Do not be mean to customer service people. Like, please. Like,
don't do it.
They do not deserve that.
No, they do not. And as someone who has definitely worked in the customer service field for a long time, it doesn't feel good when people are shitty to you. It sure isn't. Especially when you feel like you can't do anything about it because, again, it's like, it's company policy that you're just enforcing. It's not like you're the one specifically that is making this Karen's life a living hell. Like, it's
right. Not. It's like, I'm not doing this to you. I just kind of enforce. I entertain the conversation to a point, and once it continues, it's like, okay, ma'am, like, this conversation is taking us nowhere. Like, we're going in circles.
Yep.
You have your voice volume at like an 8. I'm talking to you at like a 2. I'm very calm. Like, I'm going to tell you the same thing again, and it's not getting us anywhere, so you have yourself a better day. Like, and that's it. Like, you have to just kind of... I don't have to stand... You can act shitty, but I don't have to stand here and take it. Like, you're wasting my time at this point. Like, I've got things to do. I'm at work. Like, move on with your day, and that's it.
I got other people to call here, ma'am.
I got other people to talk to. I got other things to do.
Sometimes there's mail. I don't know what the male equivalent to Karen's is. Have we figured that out yet?
I don't know.
Because there's definitely male Karens. We just haven't figured out the name for them yet. If anybody knows in chat if there is a male Karen, like what the name of a male Karen is, please let me know. Kyle? Is that what it is?
Kyle.
Sure. The Kyles and the Karens. Yeah, that sounds about right. Bob. But yeah, it's just, it's not a good time. But again, I do love helping people, and I do love meeting new people, and so those kinds of... I am very much a people person when it boils down to it. I cannot be one of those that has a job that doesn't interact with, or like barely interacts with people, I can't do it.
Yeah, I get you.
So, cannot do it. Okay, now I have come to the point where I have to scroll down on my sticky note. So guys, Bree's gonna go away for like a second so I can scroll to the rest of my questions. Hang on. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Your camera didn't go away. Good. Okay. Cool. Solid. Perfect.
I fell down. I didn't mean to fall.
Oh, it's okay. I do that all the time in this game. That's why I said earlier when I fell off the scaffolding, I was like, well, at least I meant to do that one. Okay. So we have come to the streaming portion of my interview. Now I'm going to ask you streaming related and content related questions.
Great. I love this. Yes, please.
I think you also kind of answered this earlier, but did you have anyone wanting you to stream or people encouraging you more than others?
For sure. Yeah, I kind of touched on that earlier. Like, a lot of the people that I knew on Twitch were like, please try it. Like, I think you'd be good at it. I think you'd really enjoy it. And here I am.
Yeah. Well, because, I asked this because, like, for me, I definitely had everybody telling me and wanting me to stream, but it was actually a conversation that I had with Fredo, funny enough, that actually made me believe that I could actually do it. Because I was really nervous about being not entertaining enough, and I was worried about not having the right equipment, not being not being equipped to actually, stream a lot of the games that people were wanting to, see played and things like that. And so that was a huge concern for me. And and I talked with Fredo about it, and he reassured me of a lot of things, and,
that's great.
Definitely pointed out that everyone was asking anyway, and people are, that a lot of people did want it, and that a lot of people would be in my corner if I decided to do it. And then now we're here 2 years later, which is crazy. So
that's great.
Anyway, I feel like I'm getting sick. Oh no, Liam, I'm so sorry.
That's the worst. Oh no.
Well, Liam, take care of yourself. Yeah, getting cozy like that emote is definitely best for you, especially because I'm pretty sure it's really late for you. Or really early, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, take care of yourself, Liam. Okay. And, with there being as many social platforms as there are, what have you found to be the best way that you have managed all of yours?
I'll let you know when I figure it. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
It kind of depends, because as my life has gotten busier, my priorities have kind of shifted. As I've, kind of gone through my streaming journey. It was obviously a lot easier when I was like a full-time streamer to be able to spend all my time on like posting on platforms and like making content for platforms. I just don't have like the time anymore to be able to like sit and create content for hours.
Yeah.
I think just like being good about managing like when you want to post things and just trying to stick to a consistent schedule, even if that happens to be once a week. Like even if you post every Monday, like people are going to start to expect like, hey, I see her post every Monday, and I might tune into that. So just having like some sort of consistency with it, even if it's not daily, I think that's often a misconception that people put out, where it's like, you gotta be posting 4 times a day on every platform to like push as much content as you can. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe for some people that has worked. Not for the majority, I would say. And I had found that like planning my posts and like setting them up to be posted has helped me a lot, especially as I have gotten busier. Yeah. It's nice to like on, you know, Sunday nights, I'm going to sit there when I have time. Well, not Sundays anymore because I don't do content on Sundays, but that was a bad example.
I was about to say,
Monday nights.
You do not do content on Sundays, babe.
I don't do content on Sundays anymore. Monday nights or whatever day it is, you're going to sit there and you're going to, like, you know, put a few drafts of, like, Instagram posts and put a few drafts of, like, TikToks or, you know, whatever it is. That's definitely been helpful for me, just having things pre-done. So that way all I have to do is go in and, like, post, make a caption, maybe, you know, put tags and things like that. That's definitely helped, especially as I have gotten, you know, busier throughout the years.
Right.
And just also realizing that, like, what worked for some people is not going to work for everybody. You can't follow anybody's exact algorithm. Like I said, like, it's just, there's a certain amount of, like, A, talent, of course, but B, luck. Like, there is just a certain amount of luck where they have a post go viral, and that's, you know, how they start.
Yep.
But like I said, some form of consistency is good if you're trying to get your stuff out there, even if that's, like, every Monday or, you know, twice a week or whatever it may be.
Yeah, the sketch, I literally forgot this entire wall.
It'd be like that.
Yep. Yeah, scheduling posts is such a helpful tool when it comes to people wanting to make content on socials, because, like, you know, because you do have a lot of content creators and a lot of people saying, like, you need to have a consistent schedule, like, you need to be able to, you know, build your fan base with reliability so that way they know when things are coming. So I don't necessarily worry about that too much myself, but
I don't really either. To be honest with you, I just don't have the time for it these days.
But yes, that is definitely something. I mean, at least I'm consistent in my stream schedule, and that's what I tell myself. So
yeah,
yep.
At the end of the day, you're not going to be able to give 110% to every single platform. No. So I think it's important to hone in on the one that you enjoy, whether that's streaming, whether that's YouTube, whether that's, you know, I mean, not to say you can't post on all of those, of course you can, but, you know, really focusing your, like, energy and attention on the one thing that you enjoy the most, which for us is, like, streaming. Like, that's where we should be putting our time and energy is streaming. Like, especially because, and I think this was a question that you had on there, but, like, getting people to go from platform to platform is very hard. It's near impossible to, like, have any kind of connection there where, like, if they see you on YouTube, like, there's a very slim chance that they might go to your Twitch channel. Like, I have experienced very little, like, growth in between, where people will, like, come check out the stream because of a, like, YouTube post that I had posted, or it is really hard to translate your viewers from one platform to another. So, like, just because you're successful on, say, YouTube doesn't mean that you're going to be successful on Twitch. I think that the most successful content creators got big on one platform, and then by default, because they were big, they were able to, like, successfully be on Instagram, successfully be on YouTube. Like, I think it kind of just depends.
And then they got the success to be able to hire a team to help manage the other socials. That's usually how it goes.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I did have that question about crossover. Yes, that was going to be my next question. So yeah, you answered that.
yeah, it's very hard. I've experienced almost no crossover between platforms. It's really hard to do. You know, and I can say, like, even for myself, like, the amount of times I've, like, been on YouTube, saw a funny short of a streamer, and I'm like, that was really good. I've almost never went and, like, clicked on their Twitch and, like, went and watched Twitch.
Right.
You know, so it's really hard to do. It's not easy by any means to, like, have that translation. So I always tell people, like, focus on your main thing that you like, and then, of course, post on other platforms as well, but don't think that just because you have, like, you're posting 6 times a day on all these other platforms that it's going to be, like, your end-all be-all, because it's not.
Yeah. No, absolutely. There's just, especially at this point in time, you know, it's not like back in the day when we just had Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Now it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Discord,
yes, there's
Twitch,
a billion different things, so...
Yeah. Fucking
hard.
Fucking Snapchat, which I thought died when I was in high school, but apparently it did not.
Right.
So there's just too many to keep up with. It's craziness. So, let's see. Why is this wall not done? What am I doing wrong here? Why is this wall not finished?
Like a little crevice or something.
I know, I'm trying so hard. Alright, I'm gonna have to crouch and figure this fucking shit out. Hang on. Oh, that's why. The underneath. Of course. Duh. Anyway. See, this is why crouching in this game is very important. And I probably should have told you that the second we started this instead
no,
of
you're fine, you're
later. Fine. Anyway. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Obviously you are known for your pew-pews, but I was wondering which pew-pew specifically got you immediately hooked on pew-pews.
Rogue Company, baby.
Oh my god.
Rogue Company.
Oh my god.
And a little bit of Fortnite as well. I did play a lot of Fortnite, and I met a lot of friends and streamers through Fortnite, but I wouldn't say Fortnite was what like turned me into a pew pew streamer. That was 100% Rogue Company.
Yeah.
I played that so much, and I very much love it. It's unfortunately kind of a dead game now. I wish it wasn't. I do still enjoy Rogue Company, but
it is unfortunate.
Rogue Company.
Yeah, it is unfortunate that game, like, because was it the devs just didn't want to keep up with it anymore, or was it just like
it just wasn't getting the same draw that it was, and the devs were like, hey, we're not gonna, they never updated it. It needed so many updates and like new characters, new abilities, and they never came out with anything new.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because I tried streaming it again once, like at some point last year, I think, and it was a challenge to say the least.
Yes, the challenge, and we couldn't get any games. Honestly, like
yeah,
there's just nobody playing anymore.
No, definitely not.
Wow, look at what a good job we did.
We have been doing so well. We're like almost done with this manor.
Wow.
We're pretty close. We're at what, 97%. Well, I can't believe I missed the tradition of saying we were at 69%. That's okay. All good, all good. Okay. So, moving on to how do you handle inappropriate people constantly interrupting chat?
Having boundaries, honestly. Like, if you let one person walk all over you, people are gonna think that that's what they can do.
Yeah.
So very much just like, don't be afraid to put people in their place and be like, hey, that's inappropriate. And you know what? Sometimes they're like, hey, you can't take a joke, or like, oh, hey, you're not funny because like that was just a joke or whatever. Go. Like, you keeping around one shitty person just for the sake of having, like, a viewer is going to turn away so many more, like, genuine people because you're afraid of, like, losing one viewer that's, like, treating you like shit.
Right.
But definitely having boundaries and not being afraid. And you don't even have to do it directly on stream. You don't have to be rude about it. Just saying, like, hey, that's not the time and place to have that conversation. Maybe we could talk about it offline. Or, I really don't want that, to be, I don't want that to be talked about in my stream right now. I'd really appreciate it if you could, keep talks of that to yourself. Or like, hey, I didn't like that you said that to me. That comment was overly sexual, or that comment was this. I don't appreciate that. You're more than, I would love to have you hang out, but if you can't respect my boundary, then you're going to have to see yourself out. Something like that. Or you could even, private message them, or have a mod private message them and be like, hey, you're kind of overstepping a boundary. She doesn't really like that. If you want to stick around, then you need to, mind yourself, mind your P's and Q's. Otherwise, like, you're not going to be able to be here.
Mind your P's and Q's. Sorry,
kind of
I haven't.
Statement, I know.
I was supposed to say I haven't heard that in a long time.
But yeah, just having good boundaries. Like, don't be afraid to set your own boundaries. It's your space, and you're the one that makes it what it is. You're the one that keeps people safe, and if you put the precedents out there that people can, like, overstep boundaries and say whatever they want to you, and you're not going to do anything about it because you don't want to lose viewership, then you're not going to maintain a positive... just have good boundaries for yourself.
Absolutely.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah, I think a lot, at least, I mean, I know I felt this way when I first started. I definitely, I didn't know exactly how I wanted to handle like people being. I mean, obviously, because you get bots in chat all the time, you just ban them and move on. But um, with people coming in and being like vulgar, vile, just disrespectful or rude or anything of the sort. Um, it can be difficult because you are kind of like almost put on the spot in a way to be able to handle. And if you're not good with conflict, which you know you kind of have to be on this platform, since again there are people that are just gonna come into your stream and just like say whatever, not whatever the fuck they want, but a lot of whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah. And a lot of people don't realize that like every streamer is different, and some of the jokes that you have with some streamers, others might not like that. And that's okay, you can, and I'm obviously not talking about like racism or like obviously the big bans, of course, we're not talking about that. But it's like, you might have some jokes with some people that you're like, oh yeah, that was funny, we laughed about that. But some other people might be like, hey, that pushes my boundary a little bit. So a lot of people don't realize that like you can't talk to one streamer and like the way you talk to all, like, you can't talk to all streamers the way you talk to one. And you have to really learn each individual one's boundaries. Like, and people, like I say, they get so bold behind the keyboard. It's like some of the shit they say, it's like you would never walk up to me on the street and say that.
No.
So it's like they get so bold behind a keyboard, but
yeah. It's that it's that lovely anonymity that they just run with and
they run with it, and and it might be controversial, but I'm not big on like instant ban. I like to give people a chance to be. I'm obviously, again, doesn't talk about like racism things that like obviously are going to be immediate ban. It's like like jokes that kind of teeter the line, or certain things. It's like, hey, that kind of made me feel uncomfortable. I'd love to have you here, but if you can't respect that I don't like that joke, then you can't be here. And give them a chance, to like really correct it and be like, oh, you know what, you're right. I'm sorry that I said that. I shouldn't have said that to you that way, or. If they really seem sorry and they apologize for it and they don't do it again, then you get to know people a lot more than just like immediately banning them for whatever reason.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think there is definitely a line that people will cross, and that definitely deserves to be like, you get the fuck out. But there are those that toe the line that you do it, like individually you just have to make the decision, like, is that the kind of content that you want being in your chat, in your channel? So and there have been a few instances that I've seen of people like hopping on bandwagons when they shouldn't have necessarily, as far as like inside jokes go. I think that's what makes it hard with. I mean, I love a good inside joke, like, with a channel and with a streamer, like, I do. But there is, like, the line of new people coming in immediately thinking that they can make that
make those jokes.
Joke. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, no, like, I know this person. Like, we've been friends for 4 years, and, like, we joke like that, but I don't know you. So you can't just assume that because you see other people doing it, that it's okay. Yeah. Because, they don't know you like that.
Right, yeah. And it's definitely, like, again, it's... A lot of it is individually up to the streamer, but at the same time, like,
Right.
There is definitely the boundaries that you need to set when it comes to creating content. At least on this platform, because this is the only platform that I really make content on, so I don't know any other ones.
Yeah, right.
Because mostly on my YouTube channel, I just upload VODs from this, so it's not like I'm, quote-unquote making content over on YouTube. But anywho, but yeah, it is a tough thing, like, when you're initially starting and you're trying to figure out, like, what to do about people like that in your chat. So, I always like to kind of ask that kind of question to people that I interview, just because I do feel like initially when people start, they don't know how to go about, like, that kind of, conflict and setting those boundaries, because that is necessary when it comes to being on here.
Just gotta be, like I said, you set the precedence for how people treat you. So if you allow people to treat you like shit, then people are gonna come in thinking that, and if that's not what you want, then
Yep.
You got to set that firm boundary. And again, it doesn't have to be on stream. You can say, hey, I'm going to send you a private message and leave it at that. And be like, hey, send them a DM. Like, I didn't like what you said. I didn't want to bring it up on stream because I didn't want to draw attention, you know, in the moment on stream. Call you out on stream, yada, yada.
Yeah, all that good stuff. Yep. Absolutely. Oh, damn it, I fell. Okay. I'm gonna get back up here again. Actually, I need to figure out what we need to clean. Let's see here. What's next here? This. Ah, gotta love the word buttress. Apparently there's some buttresses that need to be cleaned.
Nice.
Oh, there's one right in front of you.
In front of me?
Yeah, right here.
Is this it?
This one. Yep. Okay. So, going from chat to doing collabs, what is your advice for doing collab streams?
Yeah, I've done so many collab streams. I think that it kind of
Why do you think I put this question in here, Brie?
True. I think that having a common ground on where you both are, like, want this collab to go, if that makes sense. Like, I like collab with people because I'm friends with them and we want to like hang out and like play games and have fun that way. And then on the offhand, some people are like, hey, we have similar sized communities. You might not know me that well, but like maybe if we collab, we'll like share common, you know, people will grow from like having that collab. But you got to be on the same page of like, if someone wants to collab with you because they're friends with you and they want to like stream and have a good time, but then one person is like, well, I'm using that to grow, that might not work. So I think just like having the common ground of like the intention of the collab right off the bat is really good. And I've done both, where I have streamed with some people because it's like, hey, we're kind of common and we share like kind of a common, like maybe we'll grow a little bit if we both, you know, stream and like introduce our community to each other. So I've had that, and I've done collabs with, you know, like Missy, Christine, Fredo. I stream with them because we're friends, not because I necessarily want to like gain anything from that. So I think the best way, like I said, go about it is like have a common like goal in it so that it's not like misconstrued about what you're each trying to do. And then, you know, like don't be afraid to like reach out to people. You know, if the worst they're going to say is no. Obviously, like if you don't talk to them ever, you're like not in their stream and then you're in there trying to that might look you, but if you're like, you know, friends or, you know, you hang out in their stream a lot and you're like, hey, we have a common game or we have common community, like, would you ever be interested in like doing a collab stream with me? And the worst they'll say is like, no, I'm not really into, okay, thank you. Like, just figured I'd ask, you know?
Yeah. Man, you're telling me I can't go into strangers' DMs and ask if they want to do a collab stream? Damn.
You know, you definitely could if you wanted, but I can't guarantee that that'll work out well.
Like I would ever think to do that. I mean, because I've even, like, you know, because a lot of this series, during interviews with people, like, every single person that I have interviewed, I have known on some level. And a lot of them I consider very good friends. And I've definitely considered kind of opening it up a little bit more, but at the same time, like, I like having familiarity with people that I interview, because that way I'm able to cater the questions to them a little bit more and get them, you know, and get them more specific to them. Because, you know, it's hard to do research if I just, like, you know, opening if I just like opened it up to my like community. This is totally me talking out loud now. Or thinking out loud now. But if I opened it up to my community, I mean, it would be interesting, but at the same time, like, I wouldn't be able to curate my list of questions like I like to do. So,
yeah, I get you.
So, yeah.
Makes
so
sense.
that's definitely, you know, something, you know, when I consider doing, because, I mean, obviously these are collab streams as well. When I consider doing these streams with people, like, that is definitely something that comes to my mind of being able to reach out to someone I'm at least familiar with. So,
yeah, I get you. That makes sense.
But that's really good advice, Brie. For sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm trying to figure out where I need to clean next. Okay, wait, hang on.
I know, I'm like, why? What do you mean 98? This thing is clean.
We think it's clean, but no. There are places that have little specks of dirt left. Trust me, they're there. um, okay. Oh. So we go from another type of stream to another. Tell me about how you set up, because you do charity streams every year. And so I wanted to know kind of what your process is of setting up a charity stream.
First and foremost, I like to tackle incentives. Having a plan makes things much easier for me, and I think it makes the charity stream a lot more entertaining when you have like a goal that you want your chat to work towards, or like if you donate this amount of money, this thing will happen. I think that making it interactive is really important, to where it's like people are really enjoying watching, as well as like working towards a common goal of raising money for good causes and things like that. So first is always like incentives and coming up with that, and then obviously like quote unquote marketing it well, and just like making sure you're posting it on all your platforms and in Discord, and like getting the word out as best you can, because they are obviously community funded, so you want to try and get the word out as much as you can, and just be like, hey, this thing's happening, let's try and work towards that common goal. And then I usually try and have some sort of giveaway, whether that's like Amazon gift cards or anything like that. So that's usually what I'll do next, is after I have the incentives, I'll like have gift cards and things like that I plan to give away. Again, any way that you can make a charity stream interactive and have things that people want to like attain to help you like raise money for charity, is always really helpful. And then other than that, like, I guess it kind of depends on the nature of the stream. Sometimes I've done charity streams where I have like all kinds of guests, and I'm like, from 8 to 10 I'm playing this with Shoko, and from 11 to 4 I'm playing this with Fredo, and like I've done those kinds of things where I've had like a complete set schedule. And then I've had times where I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be playing Jump King all day but raising money for charity while we do it, that kind of thing. So you can always like plan if people are going to join you or not, or just like the nature of the stream, what you're going to be doing on stream. And I personally find that like a charity weekend is a lot more successful than just one day, just because some of your community members might not be able to join on a specific day. So if you extend it and you're going to be like, hey, I'm going to do a charity stream from like Friday to Sunday or something, then you get a lot of different people that were like, they were busy on Friday, so they're there Saturday and they're helping you donate, or things like that. I always found that like weekends were much more successful than just like a singular day.
Right.
So yeah, they're a lot of work. A lot of work goes into them, and just making sure that I have like a solid plan. But it's not like incredibly. I don't want to make it like deter people by being like it's so hard. Like I don't want to do that. It's really not. It just takes some planning. It takes a lot more planning than just like turning on your webcam and like streaming whatever you plan to play that day. But I do recommend if you have it. It's very fun, and like who doesn't love raising money for charity? I think overall I've raised over the like 6 years that I've been streaming, I've raised over 20,000 for different causes across the board, and
which
that's
is
like
crazy,
wonderful to be able to say.
amazing.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? But yeah, it's such a wonderful number, and it feels really good to be able to help so many amazing causes. So definitely recommend. If you've never done a charity stream, please do so, and you don't have to like be huge to do a charity stream. Any amount. I think that people get in their heads of like, I only raised $5, but you raised $5 for charity. Like that's a good thing. Don't let that discourage you from doing it. You make a difference regardless. Even if you're just talking about a charity, like you don't know who's watching, and being able to see that and like check out the charity, and maybe they donate on their own because you advertised it on your stream, and things like that. So don't get in your head about like the numbers. Any amount raised for charity is so positive. Like I've ranged anywhere from like $25 in like raised for a stream to like thousands raised for a charity. So any little bit helps. So don't let that kind of deter you from doing it, I think is my
No, absolutely. I mean, I definitely agree with you about the multiple day thing, because of the fact that, like, just purely because not everyone's schedule is going to line up with whatever day you decide to stream for whatever charity you're doing. And so that is a great way for, like, the most community members as possible to get involved. Because you do want to open it up to everybody, and you do want to have it be a very like community bonding thing, like, for your channel. So, yeah,
Exactly.
definitely agree with the charity weekend thing. And yeah, definitely, you know, with incentives, I agree with you about how that's definitely been the best, at least for, I mean, granted, the only things that I've raised money for were for things for my channel, but the incentives were definitely what I had the most fun with doing, as far as
It's so fun.
charity. Yeah. So coming
It's such a fun part
up
of
with
it.
incentives for, and especially getting the community involved in that aspect too, of like incentive ideas, you know, opening it up to
Exactly,
them
yeah.
to see what they come up with, to see what they want, you know, from you to do. So
Exactly.
for sure. Do you have a favorite charity incentive that you've done off the top of your head? I should have put this
hard.
closer. Damn it. All right, I'm gonna jump off this thing. There we go.
I love, one time I did a pool party stream, and that was really fun. That one was one of my favorites, I think. We raised money for a pool party.
Yeah.
That one was really fun. I really enjoyed that one. Any kind of IRL stream I've really liked. Yeah, the pie in the face is always fun. That one chat loves, seeing different people pie me in the face. That one's always a good time.
I've gotten pied in the face multiple times by myself. Not from people, but just me doing it to myself.
Right.
But
exactly.
yeah, no. Honestly, I think your mom pieing your face, it will just live forever in my brain.
So good.
Especially with her leaving and telling you that you should have done better. Like, that clip is just so
me, that's for sure.
Is so good.
Like, Mom,
honestly, I loved your mom for that. It was so funny.
She's so funny. She's real for that. She's so real for that.
She's so real for that. That was so funny. But yeah, no, that's and definitely. I'm sure your brother had fun with it too. But yeah, no, your mom pieing you in the face was definitely my favorite.
Definitely. That's a good one. I love that one. I love things that I can like kind of right on the bat. In the past have done like all sorts of like, we'll do all these things in the future, and that's really hard to promise, especially like things get busy and you just don't have time to like do. I still have some charity incentives that I like haven't completed yet, just because I just haven't had the time to be able to like set it up and do it. So recently I've been more of a fan of like things that I can do right on the bat, like opening Pokemon cards or playing marbles on stream. We're going to do that for a little bit, or, you know, just something that you can do on the spot so you don't feel like entirely overwhelmed with like all things that you've promised that you'll do.
Yeah.
In the future.
Yeah, it is hard to it is hard to plan for like future incentives. I have definitely found that because I'm pretty sure one of my last ones that I did, I'm pretty sure I promised like a Discord game night that I still have not really scheduled or done anything with.
Like it's tough, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that is also good advice of incentives that you could do in the moment, and maybe unless you know that you will have the ability to plan in the future for something,
right.
Like definitely
or like pick one thing, you know, have one thing that you're gonna do in the future, and then don't do like 6 on that you're gonna have to like do and promise.
Right, exactly. So, yep.
She did roast me.
Good call.
Oh, Adora Mom.
She did. We love her.
Got me good.
We love her. Okay. Oh, when did you feel like you had a good momentum when it comes to streaming? Like, when did you feel like you got your groove?
Oh, definitely. I would say like 2 or 3 years in. I really kind of found what I liked to do and kind of ran with it and stuck with it. And again, I think that was when, I want to use the word successful because I think everybody's definition of successful is different. But I would say I like monetarily made the most during like COVID times when you know everybody was at home, and I grew the most 2 to 3 years in. And so that's probably when I started to see a little bit of a shift, and I felt really, even more so, not like money aside, numbers aside, I felt the most comfortable as a streamer around 2 to 3 years in, where I felt like I have such a good groove. I found a schedule that I like. I feel like I'm good at what I'm doing. I'm enjoying my streams. And T has this really fun trick that he had showed me, where if you like scroll through your stream, you know, you're watching like your VOD. If you scroll through at just random times, like scroll and drop, if you're watching that wherever you dropped and you find like, hey, that's kind of boring, then maybe you need to switch up your content a little bit. Like, because if you can't watch yourself doing something, then you can't expect other people to want to like watch you do that. You know what I mean? So that was kind of a good tip from him, where I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Where like, if you scroll and you're like, great moment, that was so fun. Great moment, that was so fun. Great moment, like throughout the whole thing. And obviously there's gonna be lulls, don't get me wrong. There's times where like we're gonna eat food, we're gonna just chat, or, you know, random things. You don't have to feel like you need to be entertaining 24/7, but it was a good tip of like, oh yeah, you know, there are entertaining things that are happening throughout the stream. And I liked that. That was a good.
That is a good.
Yeah. But yeah. Definitely felt like I found my groove like a couple years streaming.
I will say counterpoint. Even though I do believe that is very good advice that your future husband said, I will say counterpoint. What if you don't like watching yourself at all? And so you
then you don't have to. Yeah.
Then you then of course aren't going to have
I will say,
yeah.
Counterpoint to that, if you're gonna be a content creator, you really have to get used to just watching yourself on stream and like listening to the sound of your own voice. Trust me, I hated it. I could not watch any of my streams back when I first started. I did not want to watch my own clips, like nothing. The thought of listening to my own voice was so hard for me, like I could not do it. But if you plan to like, you want to do that, either A, potentially like I want to make money off of this, or B, like this is like a real true hobby for me and I really enjoy it, you really do have to get used to like watching yourself back. And you do get used to it. Take it from me, like I said, at the start I couldn't stand it. Now I can edit a clip of myself all day long and it doesn't even bother me anymore. Right. So, you know, if that's the direction you want to go, that is the best advice I can give, is just get used to hearing your own voice and watching yourself stream and like making clips and being okay with that. Just because you're gonna have to, if you want content to be your thing. You're just gonna have so much that you need to edit and like be posting and things like that. You want to get used to being able to watch yourself back.
Definitely, you know, a year and a half in is how long it took me to realize that even now, like, I will cringe at myself sometimes and be like, why do people fucking watch this?
I do too. Trust me. I'm like, ew, how did you guys watch that for an hour and a half? Are you kidding? Like, what the frick am I doing? Like, no, 100%.
Yeah, but I agree. I definitely have gotten to, I will say, a better place of watching myself and edit. And I do find myself having fun editing clips now, even though I haven't done it in a while, but that's because, you know, time.
Oh yeah, I feel ya.
It's just so easy to just like throw up one of my VODs unedited on YouTube rather than just like going through clips and
that's
just
good content. That's good content, honestly. The VOD channels do well a lot of the time.
And honestly, it's my way of keeping it for like having it a place for myself if I ever feel inclined to like go back and watch stuff. Like, it's more so for me than for them. Like, for you, like for chat and everyone that watches my stuff, like that posting VODs to me is just having like an archive for myself if I ever feel inclined of going back and watching something of mine.
Right.
So, but like, guys, if you want to subscribe to the channel, obviously you can't. I'm just saying, like, that's it's just my way of keeping. It's just my way of keeping my playthroughs in one spot, you know. So, but anywho, enough about me. This is about Bree. Do you want to talk a little bit about Stream for a Cause and being an ambassador of Stream for a Cause?
I love Stream for a Cause. Stream for a Cause is great. They're a non-profit that their new branding is like helping charities grow, and that really sums up like what they do. They provide a lot of funding, coaching, help to other nonprofits that are more grassroots level. Like, you don't really hear about them the way that you'd hear about like the biggest ones, but they are doing such important work in communities every single day. So they really do provide a lot of like I said, funds, coaching, things like that to help a lot of nonprofits, and I love them. Ryan and Robbie, the leaders of Stream for a Cause, they're wonderful. And I've been streaming with them for a long time now, and I am one of their ambassadors. So I help a lot of like on the back end stuff and helping to plan their big events and things like that. But they're wonderful. You should check them out if you haven't. And they're having right now, they're actually doing a big charity event for Pride Month. So everybody's raising money for Pride Month as part of their Paint the World Rainbow event that they do every June. So if you want to go check them out, that'd be great. But yeah, I love Stream for a Cause. They're great.
Yeah, Street for a Cause has their own Twitch channel, so definitely, go follow that as well. Because they'll usually get a lot of their folks to go on to their channel and do stuff. Because I know I've watched a couple of people stream on Stream for a Cause's channel as well. So, yeah, definitely check them out. They're good peeps.
They are.
And I'm sure some of you in chat, or a lot of you in chat, know Ryan and Robbie, aka Minty and Zombie, from other platforms and other channels and other friends of ours. So like Christine and everyone. So definitely check them out. They do good things. Okay. So, are there any things that we can look forward to on your channel, like any events or something like that coming up soon or soon-ish?
Oh, well, since you asked, this Saturday I am doing my birthday stream. My birthday's on the 24th, so that's next week. So I'm doing my birthday stream this weekend, this Saturday. Very excited. I'm turning 29, so it's the last year of my 20.
Oh my gosh.
Very exciting. So yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna stream pretty much all day on Saturdays. So, if you want to come hang out with us, I'd love to have you. But we're just gonna be playing different games. We're starting out with Among Us. I told Shoko I'd do some Among Us with him and a group of friends. So we're gonna start with that and probably play a little bit of Valorant, and then into the evening we'll do more community games. So like Party Animals, Repo, Marvel Rivals.
All that good stuff.
Lockdown Protocol, all of the good community games. We'll be doing that throughout the night and having a good time.
Yeah. Well, that'll be awesome. And yeah, everybody make sure, I think the majority of people in this channel are already following you, but if we can, go ahead and get a shout out for Bree, so that way you guys, if anyone's lurking that hasn't followed Bree yet, please do. She has a lot of great content on her channel. She does play a lot of pew-pews, so if you are a fan of the pew-pews, then definitely go check her out. She also does a lot of wonderful story games as well. And yeah. And Saturday's going to be super fun. I am very
excited.
I'm very much looking forward to seeing what will be going on for your birthday and just celebrating with you, because I love you. And I
love you too.
Will take any opportunity to celebrate you, Bree, because I think you're a wonderful human.
I think you're wonderful.
Can I unfollow to refollow so I can follow instructions?
Oh my god.
Skittles? No, Skittles, you're fine. You're good. It's okay. You can keep following Bree. You don't gotta unfollow and then refollow. Don't do that. Don't do that, chat. But yeah, no, I appreciate you being here and wanting to do this with me, seriously.
Of course. Thank you for having me. Thank you for even considering me for an interview. It's really fun.
Oh yeah, obviously. Well, the second I saw that this Tomb Raider DLC was a thing, and that it was a free one too. Actually, that would be a good, since we are doing this particular job, that'd be a good question to end on as well. How did your love of Tomb Raider come about? When were you introduced to Lara Croft?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know if I remember who recommended the Tomb Raider games to me. I want to say it could have been Ace, potentially.
That sounds right.
Sounds about right. He probably recommended it to me. But I started to really get into story games, and that one was the first story game that I really played through on stream. That wasn't Yoshi's Island or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. I wish I could play it all over again. Such a good series.
Absolutely.
And I really loved playing through those on stream. If I could do it all over, I could do it all over again, but I've played them already, so I try to like broaden a little bit and play different games, but very fun.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people would be fine with you if you wanted to stream Tomb Raider again, but I completely understand, like, wanting to put out different kind of content too. And because I'm going through the Spider-Man games that I have already played. I didn't necessarily play them on stream, but I'm going through games that I've already played right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
So, yeah. Why not? I will say that we are getting close to the end, but I do have one more section of rapid fire questions, and I'm going to open up, so everybody make sure you get your questions ready for Bree. Obviously, you can ask her anything, but keep it chill. Just, use your best judgment. Don't be acting anything crazy. Also, I think I mentioned this in the Discord earlier today, but if anyone asks how she's so cute or how she's so adorable, I'm going to delete it. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm not gonna ban you. I'm not gonna ban you.
And no, I'm just kidding.
But yes, keep it within TOS, just like Chicken said. Keep it within. Yes, keep it cool, guys. Keep it cool. But yes, I will not accept. Keep it classy, San Diego. But yes.
This game is pissing me off. What do you mean 99%? It's finished.
But yes, any sort of how are you so cute? How are you so adorable? Any variation of that, I will ignore / Chicken will delete. I give you obviously Chicken full permission to do that. But anyways, but yes, we're gonna do rapid fire first though before I open it up to chat here. So, first of all. It's appropriate that Skittles is in chat because my first question is Skittles or M&Ms?
Hello.
Ooh.
What you doing?
I'm very much a chocolate lover, so I'd probably say M&M.
M&Ms, got it. Oh
But
my
Skittles
gosh,
are
I got
great.
rated.
Let's
Anna!
go!
Hi, Anna! Hi! Welcome in, Raiders! Hello! Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Oh, chat's going so fast. Hang on one second. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Oh, no. Wait, hang on. I gotta... Wait. There we go. I'm so sorry. I clicked out, and I needed to... Why can't I click on my thing so... And the camera... I need to put Bree back up on the screen. I tried to scroll through chat, and I couldn't, because... Because your camera needs to be up. Hang on. I can do this. We can do this instead. I'm going to go on my phone real quick so that I can scroll and properly thank everyone for coming in and rating. First and foremost, though, Anna, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. How was web fishing? And Jazzy and Sky, I know you guys were all collabing together. How did all of you do with the web fishing? How did it go? Please tell me all the things. I am going to scroll up real quick so I can say hi to everyone. Hi Eltool, hi Jazzy, hi Crispy, hi Elf, and of course hi Anna, and Ref, and Plur. And if we can get shout outs for Jazzy and Anna and Sky, because like I said, all of them were streaming together today. So thank you so much for the raid, I really do appreciate it. Yeah, 2 for 1. Yeah, you got a 2 for 1. You got you rated the both of us basically, Anna. But yeah, how was your stream? Tell me all the things. Was a lot of fun. Somehow 5 hours went by super fast. It does. It goes by real fast. Completely, totally agree. Time fly fishes when you're having fun. That's a good one, babe.
Lying. There's no dirt. It is a liar.
I know.
I don't get what I don't understand.
I know. But yeah, thank you all so much again for the raid. I really do appreciate it. Of course, if you have to raid and run, please do. And Anna, thank you so much for bringing your community over here. For those who don't know who I am, hi, my name is Nikki or Songbird. I go by either one. Welcome to the Comfy Cozy Nest here, where I play a variety of games, mostly things like Dead by Daylight, Marvel Rivals. We're currently going through Spider-Man games right now, if you're into that. But yeah, obviously, who was the other hun? What? Jazzy, Sky, and Anna. Yeah. Alien Mune Sky. Yeah. Because the three of them were collabing together, so. Anywho. But yes. What was I saying? Oh no, I lost my train of thought. That's not good. Help. Streamer brain's real, guys. Just in case you didn't know. I was like, there are multiple skies. Oh, yeah, I should have said alien sky. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, babe. Ooh, Anna wants to know how the interview's going and what your favorite question was so far.
Ooh, the interview's gone well. My favorite question, I think, was the, song...
The theme song one?
Yeah, because I just wasn't expecting that, and that's such a good question, and I never, thought about that. I never thought about that before. What would the song be? So I think that one was my favorite.
Nice. Well, thanks. I try my best to, keep it fresh and keep it catered as well to the person. Yeah. So, and then I'll throw in some random fun ones in there, but no, I asked Brie if she had a theme song, what would it be? That's what I asked. Yeah. But anyone that came in from Anna's raid, if you need to head out and take care of yourselves, if you need to eat, if you need to get water, if you need to go sleep, if you need to take necessary medications or just take care of yourself, please do all of those things. Anna, especially to you, and Jazzy and Sky as well, because streaming takes a lot out of you, I understand. So, anywho's, but obviously, you're more than welcome to get comfy cozy with us as we try and finish this giant mansion. Because it's not clean yet. Surprisingly enough, it's not clean yet.
I don't get it. I'm so mad. This game is making me mad.
I do need to raid and run and grab dinner. Thank you, Anna, so much. Please enjoy your food. And everybody, please go follow Newchew, aka Anna. She's wonderful. We love her in this house, in this nest. We love her. So, yes. You have a good rest of your night, too. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Bye, Anna.
Chicken, you're so sweet. Thank you. That's so nice. Chicken put a little message in about welcoming raiders and what I do and what my schedule is.
The best.
I love you, babe. Thank you so much. Okay. Alright, so you said M&M's to Skittles and M&M's. Yep. Mm-hmm. Favorite cartoon?
Ooh. Oh no. There's so many good cartoons.
There are. There are a lot. I'm trying to figure out what the lower roof is. Lower tower roof. What is that?
I really need to think about it. I know it's supposed to be rapid fire, but I need to
It's okay.
I try to rack my brain. I loved the Rugrats. Growing up, I used to watch that all the time.
Okay.
I loved Cartoon Network shows like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh my god, yes.
Those kinds of shows.
Yeah.
I also really love the Flintstones. I know it's kind of a silly answer because it's kind of past. I love the Flintstones.
No,
I think that's such a good show.
Yeah.
I watched that one a lot. Yeah.
I mean, without the Flintstones, none of those other ones would exist.
Right, exactly. I think it's so fun. I really like the Flintstones. More recent ones, I really liked Phineas and Ferb, but that one always made me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked Phineas and Ferb.
That's
Harry
a good
the
one.
Platypus is good.
Yes.
Jetsons are good too, Skittles, but I used to watch the Flintstones a lot more.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I think, I'm trying to think out of those two. Actually, I think out of those two, I did watch the Jetsons more. But
really?
I did like the Flintstones. I did actually, I was a fan of, the live-action Flintstone movies, with John Goodman and playing.
Yeah.
I thought they were funny. Does anime count? Anime can count. Sure. And, I don't know. Is anime a cartoon? Is that a dumb question?
Kind of, I guess.
I don't know.
Animated, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if asking that question, would anger the anime nerds or if it would...
The anime lovers.
Yeah. Technically, yes. Okay, thank you, Hockey. Oh, title of your autobiography.
Just a silly little goose.
Just a silly little goose.
That's a silly little goose. That's me.
I love that. I'm trying to figure out where the hell... Because I'm trying to...
I don't get it, bro. Like, it's clean.
I'm trying to highlight something, but I can't find it. I'm gonna have to move on to another one to highlight, and we'll just figure it out from there, I guess. I did tell you if you hit escape and open up your tablet, you can click on stuff to highlight it, right? I did tell you that. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. Because we are at that point now.
You did tell me that. I just forgot about it until you just...
Oh, okay. Fair.
Tower coins. Tower coin? What is this word? Coins?
I don't know. I really don't. I'm just kind of looking around. Trying to figure it out. Where... I don't know. Anywho. Okay. Ooh, TV show you can watch over and over again.
Friends.
Me too!
I can watch Friends over and over. I've seen way too many. Chicken, I got you. Hold on. I'm gonna type to you what this says, and you can tell me what this word means. I have literally no idea.
I want to know the word. It's like cute. Yeah, it's that one.
I'm like, what the... but yeah, definitely Friends. Definitely Rugrats. I put that on. I like Friends and How I Met Your... no, yes, I did watch How I Met Your... That one I haven't seen in a long time. I meant to say King of Queens.
Oh, King of Queens. Okay.
And I'm blanking on the other one. Everybody Loves Raymond. I love any of those sitcoms. I really like those. Those ones, like, I usually put those on just to have, like, background noise. I love, like, watching their reruns of, like, their episodes. Those are always really good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely with you there on Friends. I think I watch Friends, like, pretty much every day, or at least every weekend. I definitely watch Friends for hours.
Definitely,
it's always on cable. But yeah, I definitely find myself, like, being able to quote the entire pilot as it's going, kind of thing. Probably couldn't do it, like, now, like, without it playing. I don't think I'm at that level, but I definitely, like, as the show is going, I can definitely predict, like, the next line, like, incoming.
Okay.
With the pilot episode, so that's definitely how many times I've seen it. Which is a lot.
Oh, you're getting them.
I am getting some things.
It said you got one of the coins or whatever.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's these things. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Let me go back to here. Is it that one?
It's kind of hard to see, like, where it says it's supposed to, like, be lit up.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other problem with this game because, yeah, the highlighting, sometimes you can't tell because
Why
of the
is
way...
it so light?
The way, like, the sun hits it and stuff.
Oh, you got another one.
I did. Because I realized it was one of the ones up here. It's pronounced coin. Okay, thank you.
Coin.
Yep. An external angle of a wall or building. Smaller stations followed by the same pattern. Stone built with strongly accented coins. Okay. And, okay. Oh, wait, no. The external angle of a wall or building was the definition, and then the quote was using the word. Got it. Okay. I just read the whole thing like it was a fucking definition. The whole entire thing. Anyway. Okay. Interesting. You definitely learn words from this game because of the fact that, like, things are broken up this way. So you definitely learned, like, architecture words when it's buildings. Right. That's for sure. Okay, so now we're on to favorite thing to cook.
Spaghetti.
I mean, it's a classic for a reason, And you can't.
I love a good spaghetti.
You can't go
I
wrong
make it at
with
least
pasta.
once a week.
Yeah.
I am a big pasta fan.
Yeah. I mean, me and my mom have raviolis once a week. We don't necessarily make them ourselves, but
That's fair.
we definitely have ravis at least once a week. So, okay. Favorite form of exercise, if any?
Walking. I like to go for walks a lot. I'd
Mhm.
prefer to walk more than anything else. I don't like to run. I'm not really big on cardio. Or swim. I love it when it's hot in the summer and I can like go for a swim. That's a great form of exercise. I really like swimming. If not for that, then definitely just like taking a long walk for sure.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Getting those steps in.
Yep. I probably should walk more than I do. But then again, you know, when I have days when I Uber and I deliver a lot of stuff,
You're tired, yeah.
I definitely get my steps in that way. But I definitely need to do more on like my off days, that's for sure.
I just realized that if you point your like gun at it tells you what that item is.
Oh yeah, in the top left corner, did I?
Yeah.
Forgot to mention that too. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. It's like, oh, I'm like, what the hell is that? Oh, well, if I just pointed at it, then it'll tell me what it is.
Yep. That is true. It's definitely a Brit game. They spell tire in the... Oh, yeah, with the Y instead of the I. Yeah. In this game, they definitely spell tire with a Y instead of an I. So, okay. Oh, favorite vegetable.
Carrots?
Okay. Carrots is a
Or
vegetable.
celery?
Celery is good too.
Carrots or celery, probably.
Okay. I like both of those things, usually covered in ranch.
There's not too many veggies that I don't like, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I eat pretty much all of them.
Fair enough. All right. And last, but certainly not least, best thing to cheer you up.
Tea. But if I'm not being cheesy,
And she doesn't mean the drink.
I don't mean the drink. Probably like honestly, like I'm such a like reading a book or listening to my favorite songs really cheer me up. A good hug. Honestly, I love hugs.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
All valid answers. But the drink is great too. I love a good tea.
But the drink is soothing too. Yes. It's true. It's true.
We only have 2 more.
Yes.
No, we don't. We've got.
I was about to say, wait a minute. No, we don't. We have
tower
4
walls,
more.
upper tower walls, and window frames.
All right. So, guys, in chat, I'm officially done with my questions. Which means it is open to you guys now. I know Nady had one. If you're still here, if you could repost yours, that'd be great, because,
I think Skittles asked one too.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Your dream vacation destination and activity you want to do there? That's a good question. I have a couple answers. I would love to go to Japan and go to like whatever Pokemon stuff they have, but also doing Tokyo Disney would be really fun. I'm a big Disney fan, so being able to like do a different Disney would be fun. Also like Italy.
For sure.
And I really want to just like lay out on the beach, honestly, in Italy, have a good drink in my hand. I got one of the tower walls.
Nice. Yeah, no, you're fine, Skittles. I think I you know, prematurely said that, like, you know, this was a good one to end on or something like that. I completely forgot about the rapid fire section at the end that I had.
You're fine.
But yeah, you guys are totally, you know, it's open now to you guys, so you can ask Bree, like I said, within reason, anything you want in chat, and we will make sure to get to your question while we finish up here. So
I would love that, chicken, and I'm gonna need like several suitcases to like bring back with me, because I'm just gonna buy too much stuff.
Yes. No, absolutely. I was about to say you would. I mean, obviously you and T would go to that, but if you needed somebody else to go with you, Chicken would definitely be on board.
I love that. Yeah.
Yep, 100%. Yep. I know my girlfriend. I know what she likes. Okay, so upper towel. Upper towel? No, upper tower walls. Wow, I really just combined all of those words. That's fine. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out which ones are highlighted. Let's see here.
I can't tell.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard, again, with, like, ones that are, like, particularly quote-unquote sunny out. Like this one, where the sun hits in, you can't really necessarily tell which are highlighted.
Right.
Honestly, it would be so much easier getting the sitting cuties you actually want in Japan versus the US website. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, Nady, what's your question? Let us know.
Yes, please ask any of the questions.
Ask any and all of the questions.
Fire away.
In reason.
Within reason.
Yeah, I always feel like I have to say that.
So valid.
Because who knows? Because people be people sometimes and say shit.
This game's a liar.
Oh my god, I found one.
Yay!
It's all the way up there. I have to get the fucking thing again. Wait, where's the other
Ref
scaffolding?
Is banned! Banned! Got him.
See, I knew somebody was gonna do it, and that's why I prefaced with, if anyone asks, how are you so cute? Or variation. It's getting deleted. Yep. Come on, guys, we can be better than that. Come on now. Okay. Okay, so Nady asks, with being lactose intolerant, does it limit everything that has dairy products of what you can eat, or can you eat any but its quantity, and does things like Doritos and Cheez-Its artificial type factor into it? Oh.
I can eat things within reason. I do have like lactose pills that help a lot when I eat things that have dairy in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I still have to be careful of like, if I eat too many things in a row that are dairy, I'm still gonna get symptoms. So I have to stick to kind of one thing. If it's like, hey, I can't have like a smoothie for breakfast with yogurt and then have like mac and cheese for lunch and then have like cheese pizza for dinner. That's just not gonna agree. So I kind of stick to like one or two things that I'm gonna have that have like dairy in it. I've never experienced that with like Doritos or Cheez-Its or anything that is like artificially cheesy, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I also just don't eat things like that too often, but whenever I have eaten Cheez-Its or things like that, I've never bothered to like take lactose pills. I don't feel like I never need them.
Right.
But yeah, having a sensitive stomach is not for the weak. It ruins so much of my experience of like just being able to, you don't realize how much of a luxury it is to have like a stomach of steel to just eat whatever you want whenever. And because like I have a constant fear that I'm going to eat the wrong thing and be in the wrong place, if you catch my drift, of like no bathroom in sight. So like that is just the worst. It's so debilitating, and it has been like, oh, you found it, nice.
I did.
It has been debilitating of just like I don't enjoy eating out because I just like I have to be so careful because I'm if I'm at home and I eat things, do I get symptoms? Not really, but am I gonna take that chance and be like out in public or like have a long drive home and potentially cause myself symptoms? No. So I just wish I was the kind of person that could just like eat everything in sight and like have such a good time trying to like he can eat whatever he wants all the time and he like tries new and he never has a problem, but I live in constant fear of like shitting myself.
Bastard. No, I'm just kidding.
I know, right?
All right. Which fucking window frame? No.
I know. I can't see which one's lit up.
I can't even see it either. Wait, hang on. I got this. I can figure this out. None of them are lit. How dare.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Unless it's on the side and I didn't see it.
That's the last one we have.
I know.
Exactly,
Wild.
Nitty. I have to go for safe foods when I'm out in public, where I get like chicken tendies or a salad, or I'll get a sandwich and have like no cheese, no mayo type thing. Just like really stay safe when I'm like I'm out and about.
All right, am I gonna have to unclick it and click it again?
I know. I'm like, we're done. We're finished. It's over.
It's no ice cream in public. No ice cream.
I know.
in
Not
public.
typically. Sometimes I do. Kind of depends. Depends on the situation.
Yeah.
I've gotten like ice cream when I'm like somewhere that's relatively close to home, and I'll like eat it if we're like eating it in the car or something, and just take my pills. But we're on the way home, you know. So I'm like, okay, it's not gonna affect me that quickly. Like I'll be able to eat with everybody, and then
Hey, Bree,
get home.
I found it.
You found it?
I found
Where?
it. It's literally this one right here.
No way! I can't. It doesn't even look lit.
You want to do it? Finish us out?
Okay. Let me change to this one.
As someone with a family member with celiac and another with a bunch of intolerances, I totally get that, Bree, says Chicken.
We did it! Oh, thanks.
We did
Chicken.
do it.
I love that I relate to people, because sometimes I feel so like alone in that, because just like I'm surrounded by people that can just like eat whatever they want and they don't worry about it and like that. And people, I feel like I'm the Debbie Downer, because they're like, let's go try this like new Italian restaurant. Like Italian restaurants and Mexican restaurants are like notoriously hard for me to eat at, because it's so filled with dairy and cheeses and things like that I just like, I know my stomach wouldn't be able to handle that. So, you know, I feel a little bit of like the Debbie Downer in the group, I guess, because I'm like, that's fine. Like, I'll just get a salad or like something like that, just because I'm not going to risk that, like, you know, being out and about with people. But anyways.
All right, so when we meet up, I need to take you like a seafood restaurant. Is that what you're telling me?
I do not like sushi.
No, seafood, not sushi.
I'm not a seafood fan.
Oh, not a seafood fan at all. Okay. Well, that's good to know then. We'll just go for burgers so you can get a hamburger.
Sounds good. Chicken sandwiches? Tendies?
There you go.
My favorite.
There you go. Perfect. Nailed
I
it.
know, right? I'm
Can't
literally
eat your own
just getting
people's food.
Italian, and like, if I'm in the comfort of my own home, 100%. I will eat almost anything if I can be at home, because it's like, okay, if my stomach gets upset, I'm fine. Like, I'll be at home. It's all good. Yeah. But it's just like out and about that I have a harder time, like going to restaurants.
Yeah.
Like
oh yeah, Indian and Thai food definitely. Yeah, that would definitely be a safe choice for out and about, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yay!
Well, make sure. All right, guys, get any last minute questions that you would like for Bree, because we officially have cleaned the Lara Croft Manor. It's done.
We did it.
We
I
did
like
it.
this little time lapse it has of us cleaning.
I was gonna
That's
say
fun.
if you hit the escape, it'll show. So
That's fun.
we did it. Look, it's so pretty. It's so
It's
satisfying.
so pretty.
All
got
that dirt
$400.
went away.
Woo.
There you go. And now you can power wash more. You're welcome.
You know, I'm not sure that I will, because this game started to piss me off when it was like a puzzle trying to find like, you know,
yeah, the last little, that 99%.
the last little
yeah.
bits.
Yeah, the 99% is definitely the challenge aspect of this game. But like, leading up to that point, it's nice.
Leading up to that, very fun, very relaxing.
It's a nice time.
I liked it.
But yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of the game here. But if anyone, like I said, if anyone wants to ask Bree a question before we head on out of here, you are more than welcome to.
Thanks for having me, Nikki. It was so much fun.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing this and being, honestly, like, you are definitely one of the first people that I got really close to when coming onto Twitch and coming onto all these online spaces, and I really do appreciate your friendship, and I've definitely, genuinely loved our heart-to-hearts and learning so much from you, even though you're like younger than me. I learned so much from you, and I hope vice versa as well. But yeah,
Absolutely.
but thank you so much for being there and being such a wonderful friend.
Oh, likewise. I'm very lucky and blessed to have you as a
Yeah.
friend. And we've had a lot of common experiences, and I've loved that we've grown so much together in the last like several years that we've known each other, and we've seen
Yeah.
each other at a lot of different stages in life now, and I think that's really fun. I really
Oh
like
yeah, no,
that. So I'm
definitely.
very blessed to have
I
you.
I think seeing you grow has been like definitely such a highlight, and you know, now being able to like, you know, you have your own place, you have a
I know.
man, you're about to
It's
get
crazy.
married, like, oh my god,
I know,
it's
right? It's
wild.
insane.
I
It really
know.
is.
um,
Oh, an
yeah.
indoor plant?
Oh, indoor plant.
Probably a snake plant or I don't know like specific names, but one of the
Mm-hmm.
ones that have like a lot of like long vines with leaves hanging, if you know what I'm talking about, where it like has a
Mm-hmm.
base, but then it has like a lot of the vines hanging. I love the way that those look too. Those are pretty. I have one of those at work. It was gifted to me by the girl that was working in my position ahead of me, and she trained me, and then she went to her new job. She gave me that plant, and so it sits in my office. So it's really, honestly, it's accustomed to like the like lights of an office, which is so sad for it. I want to like take it out to the take it here to like my apartment and like let it get actual sunlight because right now it's
Mm-hmm.
just like dark white light of office, but it grows and it seems to be like it's thriving. So that's fine.
Yeah. Pothos? Is that how you pronounce that, babe?
Oh,
Pothos?
okay.
I don't know. Okay, so Nady asks, with living around a big city like LA, have you ever felt like there's nothing to do or boring or too much to experience?
No, there's a million and one things to do in LA. I've never felt bored. Living in LA, there's like you could do everything and still have more to do. Like there's so much in LA I haven't seen, and I've been here 29 years.
Right.
Almost. So like there's so much to do. It's so vast. If you're talking about just the city, obviously like you're limiting yourself, but California as a
Mm-hmm.
whole is a huge state. Like it is so you can like drive 2 hours and be snowy up in the mountains and then drive
Mm-hmm.
2 hours the other way and be at a hot beach and be laying out in the sand. Like that is the beauty of LA is like there's
Yeah.
so much to do. That's why it's such a popular place to be. The weather's always nice and there's a lot to do. So I've never
Mm-hmm.
felt bored in
Yeah.
LA. Um, I don't think I ever felt like it's too much to experience. I prefer to stay out of the city as much as I can. It's just a lot. There's a lot of traffic, I think is the main issue there. Where yeah, there's a lot of fun things to see, but you're gonna sit in about 4 hours worth of traffic going there and back to like to it, and that sometimes isn't worth it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah. I mean that's kind of one of the reasons why I like living where I do, because like with North Carolina,
yeah,
it's kind of the same thing of you can drive, you know, 2 3 hours one way and go to the beach, or you can drive 2 or 3 hours the other way and go to the mountains. So it's like, you know, you get best of both worlds in that
yeah,
aspect. um
absolutely.
but yeah. Okay, so it looks like Chim asked a question. Hang on one second, because I have to scroll. There we go. um all right, so I know that you've talked about going to Disneyland all the time, but have you been to Disney World? If so, then which do you prefer and what's your favorite?
I have been to Disney World actually. That was a trip that my family and I took a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I would say that I prefer Disneyland. And I know it seems like, well, you grew up with it, like you're biased. But the reason I enjoy Disneyland more is because Disney World is incredibly spread out. You have to take like shuttles or drive between each park. Because there's like
Mm-hmm.
Magic Kingdom, and then there's Animal Kingdom, and then there's Epcot, and like some of these things, depending on the hotel you're staying at, they have like a monorail or something to get to the parks around. But Disneyland, it's all together. Like you can walk all around Disneyland, and then there's California Adventure Park that's across the way. You can walk from Disney to the California Adventure Park. You park in one spot, and then you can walk the whole thing, or take like a monorail, or it's all connected.
Mm-hmm.
Disney World is huge. Like it's very spread out. So in that aspect, I don't prefer that. It's such a pain to have to like get on a shuttle, take it 30 minutes to get to like Animal Kingdom, get on the shuttle, come back. But I will say that Disney World's shining light truly is Epcot. That thing is so cool. Like I was only there. It was so hot when we went and humid, and we were
Mm-hmm.
miserable, so I didn't get to experience too much of Epcot. So I would love to go back and like really experience more of it. But Disneyland does not have an Epcot, and it is so cool. Like, just you've never seen anything like it. Like, it is really, really cool. So I
Yeah.
will say that is the plus of Disney World.
I will say, as someone who has been to Disney World multiple times, um, I definitely would agree that Epcot is definitely like the epicenter of the Disney parks, and definitely a thing to experience, especially like, I mean, nowadays you can do they have a food and wine festival every year there. And
Yes.
so, you could do that. And then people like to, quote unquote, drink around the world and have a drink from
A
every
hundred
single.
percent. I would
Yeah.
love to do that. I didn't get a
Yeah.
chance to do that. Like, Ref was saying, the Florida heat is insane. And don't get me wrong, it's
Yes.
hot in California. It's the humidity. LA does have zero humidity, and so it's a different kind of hot.
Yes.
It's still hot, like granted,
sure.
but oh my god, the humidity plus it's like 100 degrees and humid. It's awful. Like I wanted to pass out. Like I literally felt like my body was flush. I couldn't stand it. Like I was like, I can't. We had such a miserable time. We went at such a bad time for like Florida weather. It was way, way too hot. It's no joke. The humidity is bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's part of the reason why, like, my family would go in, like, May, because it didn't get as hot. But yeah, it's, that humidity definitely will get you.
No joke.
And, there's only so many $8 waters that you can buy, so.
Exactly. We've got, like, the towels that you can, like, wet and, like, keep them wet and then, like, drench yourself in it. We were, like, pouring water bottles over our head. Like it was hot.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
It's really humid.
I think Chim asked what your favorite season was, if I remember correctly as well.
Ooh, it's a tie between. Well, I would say my favorite season is fall. I love the fall. I also want to say winter, but it's not so much winter. It's Christmas. So, and that's not a season. I guess I can. The Christmas season.
I mean, it is the Christmas season.
It's more like winter than it is.
Yeah.
And I'm not like, I'm not it's not winter specifically. It's Christmas. So I would probably say fall. I really love fall.
I do as well. I am a big fan of fall. I do love getting my cozy sweatshirts and my long sleeves and just, living in them. And
love the cooler weather, the vibes.
Great.
Love it. It's my favorite.
Love it. Yeah. And we do, and I think most of us here know your love of Christmas. So that also tracks. Okay, I think Nady had another one. Have you ever encountered any dangerous wildlife in public, like poisonous insects or snakes or bears? Only reason I ask is because compared to Ohio, feels like there's a lot more based on environment. Yeah, I mean, you encounter, I was about to say, I think you encounter a lot of, I mean, I don't know.
It depends, I guess, where you're at, but I live very city, suburb, and there's, like, a lot going on, so there's not as much, like, wildlife, I guess you would say. I mean, we live kind of close to the mountains, so every now and again, you'll have, like, a bear that finds its way into a neighborhood. I've never seen one, like, in person. But, like, poisonous, not really. I've come across snakes before, in some of the more, like, mountainy type, like, roads around us. There are, like, snakes, but not, like, personally. I've never been like, oh my god, I almost got bit by, like, a snake or something. Not really.
Yeah. All right. Florida's weather is gross. I take dry heat over humidity any day.
Same,
same here. I mean, I definitely experience, with being in the South, I definitely experience some of that humidity too, and it's not fun. So, my favorite season is chili powder. I mean, chili powder is great. But yeah, if nobody else has any other questions, I think this is a good time to wrap everything up. Again, Bree, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. I had such a fun time. Thanks for all your questions and getting to know me a little better. Appreciate you all. It was a good time.
I mean, even I learned stuff, so it was great. I knew, like I said, I knew a lot going in, which is why I catered the questions to you, but I'm glad that I got to learn some things too. And I hope everyone in chat enjoyed the interview tonight as well. I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off call so I can do my end of
Yeah,
stream
please.
stuff.
Sounds
So,
good. Have a
all
good
right.
rest of your night.
You too, Bree. Love you. Thank you
Bye.
again.
Love you.
Bye-bye. That was so nice. Alrighty, guys. We're gonna go back here now. Woo. That was fun. We love Bree. We love Bree in this house. If we could get another shout out for Bree, or I could go ahead and do that actually. Hang on. We'll give Big Boy shout out real quick. Why am I on caps lock? Hello? There we go. Everybody, if you aren't following Bree already, please go follow her. She's obviously, as you could tell from this interview tonight, she's absolutely lovely and, of course, lives up to her name. She is adorable. And yeah, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for the questions at the end. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys had fun tonight. I will be back on, I'll probably be back next Wednesday because I just realized, as Bree said, this Saturday is her big birthday stream, and I would like to be there for it. So I am going to encourage every single one of you, instead of streaming on Saturday, I'm going to encourage every single one of you to go to Bree's channel on her birthday stream and go enjoy, go have fun, and I will be back next Wednesday. We are going to be starting Miles Morales. I'm very stoked to get into that game because honestly, I don't remember too much of the Miles Morales story as I did with Spider-Man. So, but yeah, so next Wednesday, 8 p.m. EST, we will be starting Miles, and I will see you guys at that time. Like I said, I'll probably make some sort of announcement in Discord and on Twitter and Blue Sky as well. So if you do ! Linktree, you can find all my socials there if you aren't following me on those already. And then of course, if you want to join the Discord, you can do ! Discord. But yeah, I think I'm going to not stream on Saturday and just encourage everyone to go hang out over at Bree's for her birthday. Because I know I want to be there, so we'll definitely give all the love to her on her birthday stream. But anyways, let's figure out who we're gonna raid. Let's see who's online right now, because I don't know. Let's find out. Who do we got today? Alright. Alright, who haven't we raided in a while? Alright. Do I have... Okay. I think I have my options for you guys. Let's raid Songbird Silly. No, because Songbird Silly is going to get into her pajamas and go get comfy. That's what she's gonna do. But I appreciate it. And Chicken, thank you for the links. I appreciate it. Okay. So I have our options. So we're gonna do a quick poll as always to see where you guys would like to go. Where to go. Alright, so we have somebody playing Helldivers 2. Oopsies. I'm just gonna put Helldivers. Everyone knows it's the second one. Okay. Helldivers 2. And then we have someone playing Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Elder Scrolls Oblivion. There we go. And then our third option is playing Marbles on stream right now. Marbles. Okay. Everybody be sure to vote in the poll of where you would like to head to. Like I said, I'm deciding not to stream this Saturday, and instead I'm going to encourage every single one of you to go to Bree's birthday stream. She's going to be live pretty much all day Saturday, so definitely go check that out. And I will be back with Miles Morales on next Wednesday, 8 p.m. EST. If you would like to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, that is also in the ! Link tree. If you do that, I have full VODs on there. I did put up the first chapter of Tell Me Why recently, so if you missed out on that, you can go check that out. I love that game. That game is so good, and I can't wait to finish that game. That will probably be a next Saturday thing. Or I might do DBD, because I know Springtrap is out now, and I want to check out Springtrap and the FNAF map. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm being pulled in so many directions with games. But anyhow. Thanks for the stream and interview. Mino, thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate you. And thank you to those that ask questions at the end. I will definitely hop on DVD with me. Not tonight. It's almost midnight, and I'm gonna want to wind down after this. But hockey, I promise we will play. I promise you. Hear me out. Raid Silly Songbird. Well, you can raid Silly Songbird. I don't know if they are a streamer or if they just have an account. I know they have an account because that was the account I wanted. But Songbird Silly here is gonna get ready for bed. Thank you for a stream and interview. It was fun and informative. Thanks, Nady. I thought so too. I thought it was... Oh, I didn't mean right now. I just meant in general. Oh. Sorry, I just assumed that meant right now. I didn't mean to misinterpret hockey. That's my bad. Wow, y'all really tied the fucking poll, didn't you? Okay. Alright. Well, if you tied the poll, I gotta do a coin flip. Alright, so it's either gonna be... Okay. So, heads for Helldivers and tails for marbles. Okay. So, it looks like we're gonna go raid Shell. Shell is currently playing, Helldivers. So, we're gonna go say hi to her. Oh, hi, Liv! Damn, I forgot to vote. That's okay. All good. Usually, if y'all heathens tie the poll, I just do a coin flip and just, you know, that'll be it. But yeah, thank you again for the raid messages, not the sub messages. Thank you, Chicken, for the raid messages again. I really appreciate that. If everyone can copy the raid message, I'm gonna go ahead and start the raid over to Shell, and we're gonna go give love to her and go say hi. I would have broken the tie. That's alright. Nikki and me sharing the same brain cell? What? Oh, coin flip for... Yeah. Well, yeah, because what else am I going to do with the tie? Other than a coin flip. So, anywho. Alright, guys. Thank you all again, like I said, for being here. Shell Diver! Skittles, I love that. If y'all want to copy that one, too, go for it. I probably will. But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much again for being here and, you know, really supporting this interview series that I do, because I really love this, you know, talking with people and getting to know people in this way. It's really fun for me. So I'm glad you guys love it too. Thank you so much again. I will see you guys next Wednesday, and make sure that you love yourselves, take care of yourselves, make sure you get enough sleep, get enough food, get enough water, and just generally taking care of yourself, okay? All right. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.